last night. They will visit Charlotte tonight. NFL star defensive lineman Aaron Donald of the Rams is returning. Donald was a three-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year. I'm Frank Arity on Fox Sports 9, available everywhere on the free radio app.
This is the Parker and Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Friday, look, cooler temperatures only getting up into the low 60s for today. Good chance of rain on and off throughout the rest of the afternoon. Those rain chance tapering off as we head into those overnight hours with those night lows dipping into the upper 40s. For the Fox weather experts, I'm Ty Brown.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is here for the ride with the parts you need for the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, it's guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every or your money back. If you ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only, exclusions apply.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. And powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In Iraq and need a tech, make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Call All Sports with Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports.
You're hot.
Well, those Phoenix Suns, they couldn't slow down the NBA leading Celtics 157 to 112 last night in Boston. D-backs rained out today. A lot of action going on in the National Football League. Welcome in to Friday with Roc and Manuch and Jax and Shu back at the DI Radio Studios. We're at that's our home every Friday. Little rainy day today, which is okay. Hey, I'm right with it. I like a little rain in March. Why not?
Cancel
it's unfortunate to be on a Friday.
Yeah.
Spring training and all that. That's kind of blows.
It's supposed to be nice this weekend, though.
It's supposed to be.
Clearing out tonight. High about 68-ish. Tomorrow, about the same thing. And another, what do they call it, front will be coming in Monday. Have a chance of more rain on Monday. Then Tuesday through the week will be absolutely gorgeous. Highs in the low 60s Monday and Wednesday, and then be heating up to the low 80s by next weekend. Rock. It's going to be gorgeous in the Valley of the Sun after the rain kind of washes us through.
A lot of NFL news. Hollywood Brown is heading Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes got the help that he needed. He needed a wide receiver, and they got him a $11 million deal yesterday, which worked out well for the Kansas Chiefs when you look at what the Cardinals had to do to get him, and really didn't get much what they were hoping to get out of that round pick.
And I can imagine that the Cardinals weren't going to come back and give him $11 million, but that's a great deal for Hollywood. I mean, Hollywood go there, chance of going to a Super Bowl,
fresh start,
play one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. They're vying for a repeat if they can. That's motivation, and he's that can help take it over the top. For this,
He's a great fit. He's a great fit
excellent
for Kansas
fit.
City.
And I'm sure that he'll be one of those guys, if he stay healthy, catch 70, 75, 80 balls. The way to distribute the ball and the way that Mahomes gets the ball out here and there, it's a great scenario where they also get a guy running away from coverage across the field, running into space. And I think that's the one thing that Hop Brown probably likes about this Chiefs offense is running away from some space, can take it over the top, possession guy. I mean, there's a plethora of things that a guy with that kind of speed can do with that offense.
For the Arizona Cardinals, we talked about Nichols, we talked to Justin Jones that were added to this defense line. They actually signed Tonga, the defensive tackle out of Minnesota. He played 14 games for them last year and 2 starts. So Monty continues to just add some depth and experience at the division, especially on that deep side. They also brought back defensive line L.J. Collier after he was injured much last season. So some good moves. Still early to yesterday I asked you what the grade you thought the Cardinals have at this point. You said B+. I think that's a little bit of a stretch. It wasn't real flashy to me at this point.
Well, I like they adjust their needs. I mean, they pressure the quarterback. Well, no, but I know, but they're actually doing it. They're doing it with people that are solid. Two defensive tackles now 3 defensive tackles or defensive linemen that can put pressure on the quarterback, that can push the pocket. They couldn't do that. They had trouble stopping the run. I think I think Montefort, from his back, the Patriots and Tennessee Titans realizes that, you look at what Bill Belichick build his defense. Obviously they had Tom Brady, which was great. You saw the same thing with Tennessee. Build your defense. That on par get you a chance to get playoffs year in and year out. So I think that with his defensive lineman, his linebacking core, he's added a couple of cornerbacks in reference to what they want to do. We talked about Sean Murphy Bunting, adding him. So I think he's really addressing what they need as far as stopping opposing offenses in order to give your offense a chance to get on the field and win these football games too. I mean, he had guys that were all over the place. He had free agents that were just guys. No dudes on this defense. Now I think they've got a good, solid interior front seven that I think is improved and has been addressed.
The multiple reports have said that the Steelers have agreed to trade Kenny Pickett to the Philadelphia Eagles. According to ESPN, Pittsburgh will receive a third-round pick and 2 7-round picks. In addition to Pickett, Philly will receive a fourth-round pick to complete the deal. So he gets a fresh start. Started 24 games for the Pittsburgh Steelers over the last couple seasons, 14-10. He did have 6 fourth-quarter comebacks with 7 game-winning drives, which is huge.
I am surprised Pittsburgh did this. I know Russ Wilson will probably be your starter.
Oh, yeah.
Who are you gonna have to back him up? This kid, once they changed out, when they got Canada out of there as offensive coordinator, a lot of the games he picked up, he had a really good game, I think a 400-yard game. Then he got hurt. And that's when Trubisky came in, and then you had Rudolph came in there. If the kid stays healthy, I think he plays very, very well and takes that next step in his second year.
Well, I just like the fact that there's teams, there's organizations that understand how important it is to have an experienced backup quarterback. And I think Kenny Pickett fills that. It's a good move. Jalen Hurts is the starter. Then you go Kenny Pickett. That's why I just was a little disappointed in the Arizona Cardinals in Desmond Ridder yesterday. I thought, a guy did have some experience in the last couple of years in Atlanta, but never kind of showed me that I would take Kenny Pickett over him any day of the week.
I would too. And I think that with Ridder, and we're going to catch up with Dave Archer, who's the radio color analyst for the Falcons here at 2:00 to get his thoughts, get a little scouting report of what he saw the last couple of years. I mean, here's a third-round kid that they've given up on or they've traded. And then his thoughts on Kirk Cousins, the big signing there in Atlanta. But to your point, I get the upside watching Pickett more so than you see in Ridder. And I thought that I'd see a little more out of Ridder this year. But he's 24 interceptions, 26 touchdown passes. He gets here again. You need the experience. You need guys that can come in and run an offense, your offense, because if he knows defense, he knows the defensive fronts, can make the changes and know where to go with the ball instantly. That's the one thing you're not going to get out of Tune or Ridder as the backups for Kyler Murray coming up this year.
Let's get to the Phoenix Suns last night. They just couldn't keep up. You had a Boston team, which arguably is the best team in the league. Devin Booker, 23 points. Beal, 22. They've now dropped 2 of 3. They'll play Charlotte in about 3 hours. They're in North Carolina, and before they wrap up this 4-game road trip in Milwaukee. So a must-win tonight. You got to beat a team like Charlotte.
How do you guard 25 3-pointers made? They shot 50 3-pointers and made 25. And several of them I thought were contested at times. But, I mean, Horford got hot. Tatum got hot. It's hard to contest that. But I think what I'm realizing, again, 13 turnovers, is that if this team's going to beat the Boston Celtics of the world or the better teams of the world, be Boston or Denver, as the two I believe the Suns would have to chase, you've got to get more out of your.
A lot more than just those.
Well, I could say
you're
Sacramento.
Right now, you're in the play-in game right now.
Yeah.
You're in the play-in tournament number 7. Ahead of you got the Kings, you got New Orleans, you got the Clippers, Minnesota. I mean, come on. I mean, there's a lot of teams, not to mention Oklahoma City and the Denver Nuggets are both tied at 46 and 20.
I'm just
really good teams out there.
They are.
Guys, they're closer to the 10 seed in the West than they are to the 4 seed in the West.
You're absolutely right.
And,
they're 1 game off with Dallas underneath them, at number 8.
And I'm resolved that this team just can't stop the turnover bug. I mentioned 13 last night.
13's that much.
Rock, you see they got 20 points off the turnovers. I mean, you look at what the other teams are getting. I'm resolved that the big as if going to win, and they make a run at the championship or Western Conference, or even at playoffs. Okay, I'll even reduce it down to that. These guys got 80, 85 points per game. What, 66 points amongst them last night? That's not going to do it. You play a team that shoots lights like the Boston Six. They have to get their scoring up. Grayson Allen, solid, but he's going to be hit and miss. Nurkic, he'll get 7 to 18. It just depends.
You just continue to talk about this turnover issue. It is
not
not
one of the worst in the league.
Well, they're not the worst in the league, but yeah, they're but
they're 27.
All right. So what do you think the team in the NBA that least amount of turnovers? What do you think that number is game? An average?
I'll say
average. It's 12.
Okay.
It's 12.
Okay. So,
and that is number one. It's 12. 11.8. You can round up to 12.
Okay.
And Phoenix is at 15, and they're ranked 25th out of the 30.
Okay.
So I mean, you have top teams are in that 12 team a game.
But Rock at 20 to 30 points per game you're giving away.
I get it, but it's the NBA. You make it
All
sound
right.
like it's a big difference for this
team.
So
what I said, if that's going to continue, then they got to get better at scoring basketball, better at shooting. If they're going to continue to give over 15 per game average, then they got to make up on the offensive end. What the big three have got to, my point, got to be in the 8s per game on all three of them, because that's where you're going to get your bench. What, 7 again last night? It's not going to come from the bench. So those big three, the onus is on them. If they're going to turn the basketball over that much, is what I'm trying to say. So it's 12, it's 15, then you better make it up.
Okay, fair. But the point is, you bringing up a number. The number is right in for the most part.
Okay.
What's average in the NBA.
Okay,
so they're not doing anything any other stuff.
Well, that number's hurting them more than it is a lot of the other teams.
I don't know about that. I could probably go through every game, and you could probably Philly's not one of the teams in the league, and they're at 12.
And then the other two is turnovers at the most inopportunistic time.
That's a different.
Okay,
that's a different stat.
But that's part of that. Okay, that's part of Frank Vogel, and I think people bemoan that guys just take care of the ball at least at the game. But when you see a game like last night, where they shot the hell out of the ball in Boston, that's tough to keep up with anybody.
Yeah, they're a good team. Really good team. Real quick, Arizona, they last night over USC 70-49. They will face tonight. Grand Canyon. They will square off tonight. With Seattle in the season of the WAC there in Vegas. They were the top seed in the bye the semis after winning their first ever outright regular season title. And how about the Yotes? Took care of business on the road, 4-1 out of the Red Wings in Detroit. They will return home tomorrow to face the New Jersey Devils. We are out here at Wright Toyota around the corner, right on the price. Wright Toyota coming up. Charles Barkley calls out the Bulls. That's the Roc and Manuch. Jimmy B Sports 910.
Postseason knowledge here. Watch all the games. Twin Peaks. Enjoy incredible Matt Birdie juicy golden ale specials from Fort Peaks Brewing during all the games. Plus, sign up for free Win 910 on 910 bracket contest at fanpick'em.com. Win Twin Peaks fan cards at all rounds. Twin Peaks, your basketball headquarters.
When it comes to men getting up to me, you want to achieve, go to the experts. So call Purely Vasectomies. Purely Vasectomies. They're easy, comfortable, and convenient. They have single appointment options with the same-day consultation and vasectomy. Plus, there are 3 Valley locations. Their experienced specialists take time to answer all your questions. They offer sedation to keep you comfortable. Most men can return to the next day. Call Purely Vasectomies, 844-NO-SPERM.
It's Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing, and your sexy CS roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, coupling together. Patrick Roofs can meet a budget. State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or replacement needs.
Make plans to join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B for Hoops Finals weekend. New showroom at Top Topic Resort. Win cash with free props and contests during all games. Plus a big screen smart TV will be given away during each game. 3 big ones. That's cash and prizes just for watching the games in the new showroom and sportsbook in Talking Stick Resort. And best of all, it's free. It's the Hoops Final weekend at Talking Resort. Details at rocandmanuch.com.
We make your meal. There we start. Traditional old world recipe passed down through generations. But then we add some modern flair. And spice up your Italian dining with contemporary flavor combinations. The result's a perfect fusion of new and old world traditions, and a meal you'll never forget.
Inspired by the comfort and cuisine of a Brooklyn-style parlor, Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar is located at the south corner of Loop 101 and Cave Creek Road in Phoenix.
Desert Diamond Arena just turned 20. They're spending 2024 celebrating 20 years of legendary moments and last memories. Arizona's entertainment destination has welcomed millions of event-goers and the world's most iconic musicians, athletes, entertainers. To celebrate their 20th anniversary, Desert Diamond Arena is giving away 20 tickets to inaugural Arizona Rattlers game. Tune in to Jody Ayler mornings next week to win tickets to see the Rattlers on 24th. Tickets also on sale now at Tickster.
Texting 4000. You agree to receive recurring marketing messages from Babbel. Message may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Babbel.com/TNCNC.
A new exercise bike. More like my $1,500 coat rack.
Babbel, we get it. Learning something new is hard, especially a new language.
My Spanish starts and ends at us.
Make it easy on yourself with Babbel. In just today, you can start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
Hola, señor.
It starts to try Babbel free. Radio to 64,000. Text radio to 64,000.
Now to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the select, and always right on price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street, Frank Lloyd Wright by Bullard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. For more,
so the Buckley clip's a little longer, so if you just set it up and then throw it
on Fox Sports 910.
You're hot.
Hope you have an outstanding Friday afternoon. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Roc and Manuch. No Jimmy B today. Days off. Went to the dentist. Got a couple days off for that.
Load management with the teeth, right?
Load management. You don't want to push him.
No.
Don't want to push him. He's towards the end of his career, and we want him to be around for a while.
Yeah, do at least the next 15 years while we're still broadcasting.
Did he make the rewind this week?
Yeah, I was about to be on at 3:15. Yeah.
Jimmy will be here.
Him and spoiler, no Rock. Him and Manuch only.
No, I messed up yesterday.
Didn't make the top 5. Didn't make the top 5. Yeah, there's so many great Jimmy B and
basically gave the phone number of another radio station.
Yeah, but there's a selection process. We have a committee that gets together, and listen, it was one of the first 4 out. Sorry, it didn't make it this week.
Wow. I thought for sure I was going to make it.
Just everybody called that number. Hey,
260 win 60. Anyway. And by the way, we are doing our bracket contest on Sunday, and it'll be up at fanpick'em.com. Win 910 on 910. We've teamed up with Twin Peak and Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale by 4P Brewing. This is a great partnership. Been doing it for many years. Hopefully you'll get in. Multiple ways to win after every single round. It's 3-in-1 contest. So if you burst your bubble right out of the gate, it's fine. You can win second weekend and then the final weekend. So we do the 16 and then we do the 4 as well as the overall, and we get first playing game. So it will give you those to help you the bracket filled out. So go to fanpick'em.com. Well, speaking of March Madness, Charles Barkley on TNT last night, after the loss to Chicago Bulls to the Los Angeles Clippers, he made a case that the Bulls couldn't win March Madness.
So Paul George had 8, 11 out of 12 from the floor, side of 7 from. Let me tell you something. The Bulls couldn't win March Madness. Bulls nice. They're in the playoffs. Bulls could not win March Madness. They'd be in the 4th seed. No, they wouldn't. Stop it. Stop. You don't think there's a better player in college basketball than DeMar DeRozan? But I'm talking about the soft part. James Harden, Kobe White with the shirt. Bones Highland. Bonds got the start. First double of the season was 17 and 11. Clippers out 30.
Just hold. There's funny something on the other side.
The 4th quarter, and 20 for 2. Shoot 50%, and so those are your Kidding. Be honest with me. You think the Bulls win the tournament? Oh, you're not crazy. They got no better center than Vucevic.
Don't even try.
There's not a better player in college basketball than Vucevic.
Hey, stop it, man. Don't need to be doing that.
Zach
throwing that stuff out there.
Yeah, man. Zach needed the Vucevic. No, that had to go back last year. Just come on, man. Bulls will not be favorite to this year's part of that.
I love it.
Clickbait. Stop. Putting it out there.
That's right. He's nailed it.
He's learning the TV thing to kind of put stuff out there. You know what? I think this team is bad when they come in. I mean, the Clippers beat them. Clippers were hot. So I think Charles is just putting that out there to say, well, it's a bad team. Well, they're going to be the play-in situation. I mean, what's you expect? I mean, the pro are so much better than these college kids if they're to play them in a series from that standpoint.
Yesterday at the Players' Championship in the first round, something happened that was just absolutely amazing. Ryan Fox, he bogeys 14 and 15. He's distraught. Basically, just throws his putt to his caddy, walking off on 15. It's up to the par 5, 515 yard 16. 7th hole of the day after he started on the back 9. He eagles. And he played this way. Tee shot to the right side of the fairway, iron 2 feet, 4 inch, 1 putt in. Gets up to the next hole. That is the famed Island Green 17. The par 3, 124 yards, 1 swing, drops about 8 feet past the hole, and goes right in. Here's how it all went down.
Come on down the hill. I'm about to win 3. Did he do it? 3-1? No way! Do it, man! Kiwi magic there.
How about that? I mean, that does not happen very often. I believe there have been 17 hole-in-ones on that particular hole when the records started back in, I think, 83, from what PGA Tour Communication said. To go to a hole-in-one. Now that doesn't happen very often.
Just four stroke 2 holes, especially those holes right there. I mean, that's pretty incredible. It's kind of the golf gods giveth, the golf gods take, because you're scuffling around here and there, and then the next shot you gotta forget about it. But I mean, to hit that iron with, would you say, like 5 inches at 2 feet was amazing. And then that 3, par 3 to drop it. But that's that proverbial game of golf. But a four strokes for those 2 holes, pretty incredible. And good for him.
Wyndham Clark right now is in the lead, -14 by a big lead over Maverick McNeely. He's -9 with Fitzpatrick, Schauffele. Wyndham Clark -14 today. Yeah, he got a 7 under today. Big score. He's gone back-to-back 65s. Add him in your pool. You're going to look pretty good. So good stuff. Those are our sounds of the day here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
You look at the NBA coming down the wire here. Look at the Suns. Looking at their team as far as improving their status, be play-in or getting to the regular tournament. I think the next 16 games for the Suns. You got Charlotte tonight. They should win that game very easily. And then another big one Sunday against the Bucks. So from here on out, and I think you said it, they're more down than moving up. Is going to be interesting to see how they can handle and get this team, number 1, stay healthy. Number 2, to continue to trend in a way that they know that they're going to shoot lights out. They're going to play the lights out. Number 1, if they're in the play-in and win that first game in order to move forward. So I don't know. I don't see. You think that the kind of chemistry be there? There's still something to miss with this team.
What I find just very interesting is the fact that the 4 teams that are currently in the play-in tournament: Phoenix, Dallas, the Lakers, and Golden State Warriors, all have perennial stars.
Yes,
and they're not in the 4 playoffs right now. They're in the play-in.
And that's to deal with.
Unbelievable to think about it, because these teams are stacked.
Absolutely, yes, they
stacked.
are. And you sit there and you look at the Suns, you had the four of your starters and double digits. And look at, okay, you got the big three. So now you got Nurkic, who's, I think, playing at times pretty decent, not getting the scoring out of him, but at least the rebounding you're getting out of him. Don't quite have the best depth. Bobo playing pretty damn good. He had a good game last night. But you look at the other teams that you mentioned, Rock, with some of the stars and the bench they have, you're like, okay, Phoenix, you got to figure it out, because these other teams have got a bunch of solid players that you win one game and you lose it, it's over. I mean, you're done. And I think from the Lakers standpoint, who don't have depth, they got there's some solid players, LeBron and Davis. And then after that, Golden if Steph's healthy and they make a run, it's just going to be one of those scenarios of, okay, you better figure out if you're going to have the turnovers, the lack of rebounding, that you can score, and you've got to figure out something out of that bench. You've got to get something. Otherwise, these guys who are playing, 37 to 38 minutes per game as it is, they're playing the minutes, and they're going to have to hustle to stay out of the play-in tournament.
So some big news today with the college football playoff. The drama over a new TV deal is close to being done. The non-FBS conferences in Notre Dame have agreed to today on a new college football playoff contract. Now this will begin in 2026. So with this place, this now means you will hear the ESPN deal, which is report 6-year extension worth $7.8 billion to have the media for the college football playoff. So all this uncertainty, now you have some level of stability in the world of college football, at least today. You're not sure what this all means in the future of the postseason in college football, but now for at least maybe 6 years, it'll be in play.
You were talking yesterday about interested to see what the percentage, how they're going to divvy up the percentages. Well, the Big Ten and SEC will get 29%. The Red will be like 16.
ACC get 17.25.
Right.
The Big 12 14.75. The Group 5 independent get 9%, and Notre Dame gets 1%.
And I guess the way they figured that formula out, because we were wondering, okay, how do you cipher, is they'd look at the past playoff scenarios, they looked at the past championships, and the Big Ten SEC were overwhelming, so they decided to give them more as far as being that up versus the other one. So I guess they had some kind of formula that they looked at as far as the championship teams averages that are in those times in those championships.
So with the conference champs in full swing, what does it mean for your bracket as you get on Sunday? Chris Obertine, SB Nation, he's an editor, he's a writer, he's a blogger. He will miss next to break it all down. It's Rockets with Jimmy B here on Fox Sports 910.
Here's what's trending on Fox 910 Phoenix.
Coming off a 15-point setback to the Celtics last night, the Suns will look to bounce back when they visit the 17-49 Hornets in Charlotte today. The Suns beat the Hornets by 15 back on December 29th. Troops, it's the Pac-12 Finals tonight. Arizona set to meet Oregon. Their semi features Colorado and Washington State. The GCU men take on Seattle in the WAC semis. The GCU team battling Stephen F. Austin this afternoon in their semifinal. The Diamondbacks' CAC game against the Brewers afternoon was canceled due to inclement weather. I'm Frank Hardy on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're the destination for the best food, drink, sports experience. It's in the Valley. Located at the Pecos and McQueen and Chan, BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyota is Right Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Right Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Right Toyota. Right Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Toyota. Make the choice, Right Toyota, just off the 101 Franklin Wright Boulevard, and always online at righttoyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out righttoyota.com.
Vans Golf Shops at Valley Golf Center in Avondale. The multi-vendor demo and fitting event. Have March 15th and 16th. Come demo the hottest new product. Meet with golf manufacturer reps. Get custom fit for new clubs and enjoy Demo Day specials. To reserve your exclusive custom fittings, swing into Vans Golf Shops at Valley Golf Center or book online at worldwidegolfshops.com. Get there.
Hey Sports, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the Highland of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco Asado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smooth without that tequila burn. It's why they won gold medals and are now listed on the world's top tequila Rolling Stone. Head to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant, and all Barrio Queen location. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
In the fast lane of life, your fuel should keep up. Time to check out G2G protein bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether it's a gym session, navigating daily chaos, G2G got you covered. Find out at your local Costco refrigerated section, or explore all 8 fantastic flavors at G2GBar.com. Great tasting and packed with protein, so keep pace with life in the fast lane with G2G protein bars.
Beat the heat this summer. Get covered by Arizona's #1 rated shaders. Visit the houseofcanvas.com. House of Canvas, family owned and making shade deals in the Valley for 40 years. That's the houseofcanvas.com.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic condition, asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help with added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections. 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 855-523-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Ineligibility restrictions void where prohibited. Visit DraftKings.com for details.
Time for the guys' tweets college hoop report, poured by Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale from Four Peaks Brewing, Arizona's #1 craft brewery. The Bad Birdie Juice Golden Ale is a crushable, bold, and downright disruptive experience. Your palate. Edible at all 5 Twin Peaks locations. It's good to be back. Bad Birdie Juice Golden Ale. Let's talk hoop.
That's right. Chris Doberty joins us now. Editor, blogger, does it all for SB Nation. Follow him on Twitter at Chris Doberty. He joins us now on the Right Toyota Guest line. Chris, how are you, man? What's going on?
I am right now just watching the Northwestern Wisconsin game and trying to figure out what the heck is going to happen over the next 2.5 days.
I don't know where I don't know where to start. You look at the Atlantic 10. That's turned on its head. All 4 top seeds lose. Yep. That had put a wrinkle in your heel, right? Duke drops, to NC State. I mean, I didn't see that coming. I don't even know where to start.
Tennessee losing to Mississippi State.
Yeah, Tennessee. I mean, wow. This is going to play into your mixology.
Well, let's start with Tennessee, because that kind of relates to the local audience here.
Okay.
And that Volunteers, I think that loss temporarily knocked them off the #1 seed. I have Carolina there instead at the moment. Of course, they're playing tonight, as is Arizona. But there is a word of caution that I want Wildcat fans to keep in mind, even with a win tonight. One of the things that I've been looking at over the past week is, kind of where have I been screwing up in terms of projections compared to the city? In terms of seeding, in terms of selection at the very, very end of the bracket in particular. That one team that I always end up missing is at large. There's one common thread that always seems to come out. When there are 2 teams that are very close, the committee is always going to take the team that doesn't have any bad loss, and that's a problem with Arizona, because they have a quad 3 loss, and they have a bad 2 loss to Stanford on the road. Tennessee doesn't have anything like on their resume, which I think is why they're still very much in the hunt for a 1 seed. North Carolina has a loss to Georgia that could very well end up being a quad 3 loss. It's a very quad 2 loss right now. So Arizona really need to win tonight and win tomorrow. And they need to get some help, I think, if they're going to end up on the 1 line. Otherwise, I think the best that they can do is getting that 2 spot out west.
Is it the proverbial median as far as looking at this? You say, they had a couple of bad losses, but they had a couple of good losses, and Duke. We talked.
No, the Duke loss.
Well, that's. But I mean, you look at somebody. Do you think eventually even out, or what's way out one more than the other when you talk about that, Chris?
Well, let's kind of flip things and go down to the other end of the bracket now to the cut line, and why I don't have Texas in yet. You remember that Rutgers team last year that was really good, a lot of Big Ten games, and ended up getting snubbed in favor of. And we're like, why did Pitt? The big reason is because Rutgers lost 4 quad 3 and quad 4 games. Texas A&M has 5 quad 3 losses. They're compared against a team like a Providence or a Pittsburgh. That's gonna look good, even with all the quality wins they're in the same position. It really kind of boils down to when teams are close in that evaluation. It's like, did you beat the teams that you needed to beat? Now look in this another thing last year. Rutgers' losses against bad teams, their win percentage in quad 3 and 4 games was just abysmal compared to a team like Pittsburgh, who had lost 2 games. But like 11-2 compared to like 7-5. So there was a big difference there. So that's one thing to kind of keep an eye on, as the SEC tournament too.
So aside from that, hopefully Grand Canyon, hopefully they win tonight in my final. They win it out. You looked at that formula you're out there. 11, 12 seats somewhere in there. What
Canyon is looking like a good, solid 11 seed right now. I have them consistently 11 lines.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much all the way. They have 2 quad 3 losses, but that's going to happen when you're a major.
Yeah.
But their record against in the win percentage against quad 3 and quad 4, it's 23-2, which that's great. They win against San Diego State, was a very good win. San Francisco team lost to South Carolina, of course. But that is a team that is very capable of being an 11 seed when all is said and done Sunday.
Chris, do you have just 2 Pac-12s in there?
I still have just the 2. Okay. Arizona and Washington. Colorado's problem. Their quality wins aren't all that great. They're going to have to win tonight to really have to take a shot. And then Utah, of course, another team that has a lot of bad losses that kind of knock them out of contention.
When you look at the Big Ten, Purdue, Illinois, Wisconsin, depending on what Ohio State does, they possibly squeeze in?
Oh, I think Ohio State. I actually told TJ Reeves, the host of College Basketball Coast to Coast, we were texting about Big Ten action last week, and I said, book it. I think Ohio State is going to end up field when all is said and done. Either they win the auto bid or they win enough games at the Big Ten tournament, because they're 6-11 again. 6-11 against quad 1 and quad 2, but they have 3 wins against the real top tier. They Purdue at home, Alabama on a neutral floor, and they won at Michigan. So that's a big feather in their cap, and they only have 1 quad 3 loss. So I think that, especially if they win tonight, they are going to be sitting pretty and have a really good shot of just making it in after firing their coach.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, the biggest Cinderella that everyone wants to see in the tournament is Indiana State.
I was just going to ask him that.
What percentage right now does Indiana State have to make the tournament, and what do they need to hope happen tonight? Because, again, there's a lot of bubble teams, like you mentioned, NC State, Mississippi State winning tonight. What does Indiana State need to happen to solidify them spot in the NCAA tournament?
They need all those bubble teams to lose, and time is quickly running out for them. Their net is 28, which you would think would be, they'd be in. They would be perfectly in. They would be safe. But the problem is that they don't have the quality wins. They're 5-5 against quad 1 and quad 2, but their only really good win was at Bradley. which doesn't really move the needle all that much. They should, in a fair world, they would get in because they played so well, body of work and all that. But I don't think, one thing that really kind of hurt them, they played in the same exempt tournament in Vegas as New Mexico did, and they didn't play. They didn't meet because it was preset matchups, and they didn't pair the two. That is something that could very well end up keeping them out of the field when all is said and done, not having that opportunity to get that kind of head-to-head win against New Mexico.
All right, Chris, I'm pretty resolved. My K-State Cats are out of it after getting thumped by Iowa State last night. Speaking of Iowa State, if they win the Big 12 championship, where do you see them falling in place?
I've had them, they've been kind of the tweener 2 or 3 seed over the past couple of weeks. I have them as the last 2 seed right now. I don't think they're going to get any higher because I think the top 6 are pretty well set. I think it's your top 4 seeds and then Arizona and North Carolina in some order. And then at that point, it's kind of like, can you jump Marquette for 7th and be the 2 seed in the Midwest, which is kind of where I have them right now. So that would be kind of what they're looking for.
Chris, we always enjoy it, man. We're looking forward to this this March Madness as it starts really getting heated over the next few weeks, and it's great that it's in our backyard this year. So we'll look forward to catching up with you more and hopefully catching up with you in person. So thanks so much for the time today. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
You got it. Chris Dobertine joining us. SB Nation does a tremendous job, and as you can tell, he is all over it. Follow him on Twitter at Chris Dobertine. Editor, writer, college basketball blogger for SB Nation. So check that out. Mike Adris, our insider, is going to be back, the former NAU head basketball coach. Some reports that Bryce Drew maybe heading to Michigan.
Is that really?
Could be a possibility. Yeah, could be a home for him.
Juwan
there are a few
Howard
jobs out there.
Yeah. Well, add that to the full. Juwan Howard getting fired this morning there in Michigan. I didn't realize they were 9-24 this year. That's got to be tough. You go back, your alma mater, you go back and you coach wherever you're at. You think of what's his name? Went back to Patrick Ewing went to Georgetown. He got let go. Juwan Howard goes to Michigan. He gets let go. I think that's just part of the job. No matter where you go, whether it's your alma mater or not, that if you don't get it done, they're just. We love you. You did a great job for us. But we got to let you go ahead.
Hey, our Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em Win 910 on 910 bracket contest is back. Go to fanpick'em.com to sign up on Sunday. You'll have a few days to get your bracket in, invite some friends, have some fun, win some money, and some great prizes. Thank the Twin Peaks as we'll be there watching all the games. Hopefully you'll join us at all 5 locations. Thanks to our friends at Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale. Coming up here in the next segment, we will talk about one of the best movies of all time that came out on this day 50-plus years ago, plus the top football stories of the day. This is Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
This is The Herd.
The winner in this is also
Colin Cowherd.
You know my history with Baker Mayfield is a little bumpy. But in the end, Baker Mayfield signing a 3-year, $100 million deal to Tampa feels right. But there is something about Baker Mayfield that I think is a great quality in life. Resilience is a great quality.
This is The Herd. Monday at 10. Tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar on the southeast corner of Cave Creek and the 101. Happy hour 7 days a week, 4 to 7, with $5.50 house wines and well drinks, $4.75 drafts, plus tons of food specials. Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar.
You hear it all the time. Lawyers talk about all their experience, many years of experience with insurance companies, and experience in the courtroom. But what they're not talking about is their results. Maybe they don't have any. At Lerner & Rowe, we're proud of our results because that's how we measure our success. We've helped over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries, with over $1 billion just in the last 5 years alone. When you want results, call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Looking for a change in your career? All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278.
Whether you're looking for a bay window awning over a breakfast nook, a shade sail, or a structure in your home or business, a retractable awning for your patio, or roll curtains for your screen room. The House of Canvas and Fine Wrought Iron has what you need. Beat the heat this summer and get covered by Arizona's #1 rated shade experts. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com. House of Canvas, family owned and making shady deals in the Valley for over 40 years. That's thehouseofcanvas.com.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Charles Barkley in a pickup game.
We'll take Barkley.
Ha! First pick. Sorry, kids. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision?
Okay, here's the plan. Pass me the ball every time.
This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards that zero-turn lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its edge-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates, not available in all states.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
You're hot. Jax, any idea what movie this is? Without looking at your screen.
Godfather?
Yeah. Did you know?
No, I remember last time. We give you an offer I can't refuse. I mean, Manuch's impression.
Did you go watch it? Did you go?
I still haven't seen it.
You haven't seen all of them?
52 years ago today.
Gosh,
1972 it came out. Cost them $6 million to build it.
What a great movie! I mean, it was on the other night.
Masterpiece.
I stopped, watched
I'm
it.
going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Yeah.
Right there. So we talk about some of these guys that get the Godfather offer with some of these contracts.
Oh, totally.
I mean, it's like you can't refuse that. Guys will pay you $3 million more than the other team. It's the Godfather offer.
Do you know who I am? I'm Mo Green. I made.
I love it. I love all of them.
mean,
they're long movies, but like for instance, if this was a Saturday afternoon and this weather and you can't go anywhere,
right?
You just pop on
Oh,
Godfather
man.
and you're good.
You know, it's interesting. You hear all those sound bites. You know exactly the scene when you watch it. You think of Mo Green.
How's Paulie? Oh, Paulie, won't see him no more.
Yeah, it's right there. I mean, any one of those you could just see in your mind's eye all the visuals, and Mo Green eventually, not to spoil it, but on the massage, I'm not on the massage table in Vegas, that there, and that scene right there, Paulie. And I think when it first came out, you're sitting there going, you see James Caan as Sonny, and you just saw him in Brian's song, you know, as Brian Piccolo. So you just saw him, and wow, what a feel good movie, and Yale Sayers, and you know that whole thing, Brian Piccolo, and then you see him, I think a couple years later, a year later, come out in Godfather. Well, wow, this guy's a great character actor, and then when things happen to Sonny, you're like, no, that can't happen. That was Brian Piccolo in the last movie. It was kind of odd to see these actors move on into more serious roles, and that's why they're such great actors.
So football here, a little bit before football at 50. The Steelers are trading quarterback Kenny Pickett to the Philadelphia Eagles in a pick swap. According to ESPN, the Steelers will receive a third-round pick this year and 2 seventh-round picks next year in exchange for Pickett, and a fourth-round pick this year. So some moves there, not bad. How about the Bears? They made their biggest splash last night, sending a fourth-round pick to the Chargers in exchange for wide receiver Keenan Allen. That is a good move for them.
How about the Chargers?
DJ Moore on the other side. Wow.
Who's your receivers, L.A., the Chargers? I mean, got two of your stalwarts are gone. Who's Justin Herbert going to throw to? They'll
Harrison
probably
Jr.?
Wow, Rock. You throw a little wrench into that whole
There's got to be another move here.
There has to be, because they're right now.
Harbaugh is
he knows Harrison Jr. pretty well.
Yes, he does. He does very, very well.
I'm sure Harbaugh is going to do everything in his power to try to get a wide receiver like that.
Well, he needs somebody to take it over the top. Possession guy. He needs just receivers. I mean, let's if he's going to build for the draft, and the Spanos family is going to say, "Hey, look, this first couple of years, let's build through the draft or let's build through free agents. Let's go get a couple of these speedy wide receivers." He's going to focus number one on the run game. Okay, that's going to be his deal. Running game, lineman, pound the rock, and we'll throw effectively like he did when he was with San Francisco with Colin Kaepernick. But Justin Herbert can move a little bit, but not like Kaepernick can move. So that's going to be build a running game, and then this kid's a phenomenal quarterback. Got to have some guys you can throw down the field.
I have a hard time thinking that Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to go past 4 unless the Cardinals trade out of 4 with the Vikings, who got the 23rd pick from the Texans today. Maybe Malik Neighbors or Rome Odunze at 5, but if the Cardinals trade out of 4 and he does fall to 5, to Rock's point, Marvin Harrison Jr. would be a Charger.
I'm just saying I think there's still going to be some more moves. I'm thinking the 4 is going to be gone. They're going to trade it.
Well, if they
look what Monty did last year.
Yeah,
tremendous.
Tremendous.
Yeah, I told Manuch earlier, if the Vikings were to call you, Rock, and say, "Hey, I got 11, pick 11, 23 that they just picked up today, and maybe a second rounder next year or potentially another first rounder," you're Monty Ossenford. You got to take that offer.
Absolutely. You're not winning a Super Bowl this year.
11, 23, and 27 this year.
That would be a great move. If you haven't heard today, the Vikings did acquire the Texans first round pick in a trade to obviously move up to probably get a quarterback to replace Kirk Cousins. So in this deal, the Vikings acquired the Texans 23 overall pick along with their 7th pick. The Texans received the Vikings 2nd round pick, their 6th round pick, and their 2nd round pick next year. So this deal preserved the Vikings' own pick, their own first, which is 11. So to Jack's point, I mean, wow, you toss those two out there.
You know
How
what?
can you not do that?
I think of it
because Harrison's getting all the talk, but there are some other wide receivers that are really good.
You could get a great wide receiver, you could get a great pass rusher or corner, and then get another offensive lineman with those first 3 picks. And you've also got an early pick in the 2nd round too, with potential to trade up if they don't like 11, go up to 8.
Who's going to be okay if I'm going to trade down? I'm just wondering if I could get any one of those other 2 or 3 receivers that are available. It is very rare you get a kid, a player, i.e. quarterback or receiver, or this phenomenal rush in that is impactful for your offense. Right now, the Cardinals don't have anybody whatsoever, anybody that can take it over the top, can be that impactful receiver that pretty much game in and game out, hopefully stays healthy. That's one of those kind of guys that will be there, hopefully, for their next 10, 11 years. So who am I going to trade down that's going to have the impact of a Marvin Harrison Jr.? That's how I look at it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, we want that kid. We want that kid. He'll be around here a long time. He's going to be worth, I don't know, maybe 80, 90 catches a year, to where he's got a chance to break half of those.
But Malik Neighbors and Rome Odunze won't be.
Okay, now if I'm saying
that's the key there, though.
If you feel they're going to be available, if you take that and you trade down and you look at what's the projections, what's going on, okay, I could see that they're both all 3 outstanding. Don't get me wrong, but if you trade down and those kids are falling off the board, and you're going, well, wait a second, all 3 may be gone by the time we get whatever pick, let's say 15 or whatever you trade down for. You got to be careful that you don't miss on an opportunity to have somebody that's going to be impactful for your franchise for the next 7, 8, 9, 10 years. That's all I'm saying is if you do that, make sure you got somebody like Kine that can be as impactful as Marvin Harrison Jr.
So, Manuch, I got 2 things there, right? What if you make the trade and you move down from 4, and then you would be picking 11, 23, and 27, right? That's what you would do if you made that trade with Minnesota.
Right.
What if you took 2 of those draft picks or 1 of those draft picks and you called up Cincinnati, who has a disgruntled wide receiver in T. Higgins, and said, hey, you know what? We've got some extra first-round draft picks lying around. We'll give you 1 of those for T. Higgins, and we'll pay him all that money. That's one way to solve the wide receiver problem without doing it in the draft. The biggest thing, guys, the elephant in the room, have you guys seen Justin Fields getting traded anywhere yet?
No.
So if that happens where they just stick with Justin Fields as their quarterback, Marvin Harrison Jr. is absolutely in play to be the number 1 overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
And Pittsburgh just traded a backup quarterback to Philadelphia, so they're out as a landing spot. Seattle got somebody. I mean, who's left? Which team is left right now with an empty chair at quarterback? There's not a lot of teams that have that situation going right now.
Or even to Shoe's point, they could trade out of 1 to 2 because the Commanders have said they like Caleb Williams and get Marvin Harrison at 2 and also get some picks.
And to your point, as long as I'm going to get somebody that's a receiver that can be impactful. If it's T. Higgins with the trade, the picks, great. I'm just trying to say you need a dude at that receiver spot that you don't want to pass on if those 3 or 4 are gone. That's what I'm saying. You still get some impact on the offensive side.
But you saw Monty Ossenfort do this exact same thing last year. Paris Johnson was his guy. He was able to trade down and still get the guy he wanted 3 picks later. He probably has a good feel of who's going to go where. There was a report today from Daniel Jeremiah. 4 of the top 6 picks are going to be QBs. Well, I can tell you that Arizona's not taking a quarterback number 4. And I don't think LA's taking a quarterback at number 5. So 4 of the top 6, you're talking Chicago, Washington, New England, and the Giants are the 4 teams that are going to be taking QBs.
So as a conundrum, or you mentioned, you talk about the white elephant in the room, could be that. But this whole Justin Field thing, this is just, are they just wanting too much? They want some,
I don't know,
2s or 3s.
When this all started, I'm like, keep them.
Well, and the way that he played, they're evaluating his last 6 games versus if you go get Caleb Williams. Is that the upgrade for what he's been as a quarterback, especially the last 6 games where he played? I saw improvement.
Or you take Williams, you keep Fields, knowing that maybe Fields will start on day 1, and then Williams starts
I think
halfway
both
through.
parties would hit heads.
But guys, the Philadelphia Eagles, the team that he would make perfect sense for to back up Jalen Hurts, they play very similarly. They said, no thanks, we'll take Kenny Pickett in a pick swap. What does that tell you about how the league views Justin Fields?
Hey, can you buy me another minute here?
I could, but the music's already starting, so
it's for you.
Oh, it's for me. Yeah, we'll just wait. We can do it later.
Sure, because it's about the New York Mets.
Yeah, then definitely later, because it's probably bad news. So definitely later.
It's not. It's something you probably didn't know about.
Probably bad news.
No, it's not bad news. It's just something unique. Pretty unique. So
Jets, Mets.
No, it's nothing. I think it's something that's pretty cool. Okay. So hey, we're going to go out to Atlanta, catch up with the color analyst for the Falcons, David Archer, former quarterback. We're also going to talk some Yotes, the latest on what's going on with the arena situation with Steve Peters. It's all coming up next. We're live at Wright Toyota.
Clear.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late night bites. Only at Twin Peaks.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now, like Alternative Rewind, where all rock began. Just search Alternative Rewind and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Free never sounded so good.
Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. Spring training is back at Salt River Fields for your Arizona Diamondbacks and Colorado Rockies. Single game tickets are on sale now. Get yours at saltriverfields.com today.
Ew, gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in 1 wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
Desert Diamond Arena just turned 20. They're spending 2024 celebrating 20 years of legendary moments and lasting memories. Arizona's entertainment destination has welcomed millions of event goers and hosted the world's most iconic musicians, athletes, and entertainers. To celebrate their 20th anniversary, Desert Diamond Arena is giving away 20 tickets to their inaugural inaugural Arizona Rattlers game. Tune in to Jody Ayler mornings next week to win tickets to see the Rattlers on March 24th. Tickets also on sale now at Ticketmaster.
Springtime, the best time of the year here in sunny Arizona. Spring training, spring break, and of course, Duke's on Miller and McDowell. Enjoy this weather on one of their 3 spacious patios. One is smoke-free. Duke's, right on the Greenbelt at Miller and McDowell, has awesome food, great drink specials, and is totally dog-friendly. Meet up with your friends at Duke's for spring training.
Where? Duke's Miller and McDowell. Scottsdale.
Now open in Rocky Point.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd, Monday from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESCHD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
The Suns are in Charlotte today to take on the Hornets. Josh Okogie has been ruled out with an abdomen injury. Eric Gordon is probable as he works through a knee injury. Arizona will face Oregon in the Pac-12 tournament semis tonight. The top-seeded Wildcats advanced after topping USC. GCU takes on Seattle in the series of the WAC tournament. The Wolves have enjoyed a bye after winning their first-ever outright conference regular season title. And the Cardinals announced they're signing defensive lineman Kairos Tonga to a one-year contract. Tonga played 14 games last season with the Vikings. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
He's there for cooler temperatures, only getting up into the low 60s for today. Good chance of rain on and off throughout the rest of the afternoon. Those rain chances tapering off as we head into those overnight hours, with those overnight lows dipping into the upper 40s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is here for the ride with the parts you need for the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, it's guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
It's a privilege to be the quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. This is a privilege. You know, my father-in-law, I mean, I've watched him, you know, borderline out loud praying, watching games, you know, not just the Falcons, but the Braves and the Hawks. I mean, he loves this. And I sit there in the off seasons in February on the couch at night, watching these teams play, watching these games and seeing how much it means to him, you know, and you realize, man, it is a privilege to get to play for a team with people like that cheering for you. And what you want to do is understand there's a responsibility that comes with that privilege, and you're accountable to a lot of people, and you got to deliver. And so that's where I say we got to get to work, because I understand that and can't wait. And you can, you know, it's special. And, you know, I have a vision of where we can go, but
you're hot.
You don't get there tomorrow.
It's a hard guy not to like. And Kirk Cousins there yesterday. And joining us now on the Right Toyota guest line, Dave Archer, Atlanta Falcons former quarterback and radio color analyst, joins us now. Roc and Manuch. Dave, I don't know, where do I start with Kirk, but how excited were you to see that you were getting a guy like that to come in?
Well, fellas, good to be with you. It's stunning that there's actually raining in the Phoenix area. I didn't think it ever rained out there. My son lives out there, and it seems like it's 125 degrees and never rains. But no, good to hear you guys are getting some precipitation.
Yeah, we need it.
Yeah, well, he talked about praying. There's been a lot of people praying in Atlanta for the last 6 years. Haven't been to playoffs in 6 seasons. So he's his father-in-law, along with another 5 million people, have been praying the Falcons to do something. This is he is so polished, guys.
Yeah.
And I think that I know you guys watched the Netflix series. I didn't know much about him until I saw that. He kind of comes across as a dork, and the kind of guy that, but he came across the guy you want to go drink a beer with. He came across the guy that wants to help the community. He came across as a great teammate, and that all I thought came to life in his press conference and here in Atlanta. He didn't win in the press conference. Now we talk about coaches and stuff doing that. He did that big time the other day for Atlanta.
Arch, what I thought he can. You watch that Netflix, the quarterback, which you're referring to, was on last year. How tough he is, and I think vitally important. I tell a lot of quarterbacks, you got to shake it off. He would shake off losses. A little surprised that he shook off that playoff loss on 4th and 8, doing 3 yards, but he shook it off. But that's what you got to have. You got to be very even keeled. Besides the mounted determination this guy had day in and day out, and as you mentioned, not since Matt Ryan have you had that dogged determination at quarterback for the Falcons.
Yeah, I think that the accountability and the credit. Maybe credibility is a better word, Manuch. I think he's one of those guys that when Ryan would make a mistake, he had banked enough credibility and enough wins and come from behind victories and things that he'd done for Atlanta over his 14-year career, that when he said something that would react to maybe a negative play in a game and how it responded the next week in practice, there was credibility attached with it. The last 2 seasons, they've had this turnstile at quarterback, whether it's Marcus Mariota or Taylor Heineke or Desmond Ridder, who's coming out there with you guys, and they're young guys, and they had not. Well, Mariota wasn't, but the last two guys, really didn't have a lot of credibility built up with the team. So when things went bad, I don't know how much guys believed in that. This guy's got a ton of credibility. He's done it. He's led teams from behind. Now the playoff thing is a big deal. He's only 1-3 in playoffs, and that's where Atlanta wants to go. And this is a team that's built to make some noise potentially this next season. So that's the next hurdle for him to climb, other than the fact the elephant in the room is coming off of this Achilles tendon injury.
You believe, I just sense Arthur Blank getting up there in years. He's going to go spend the money. He wants to try to at least attempt to get that Super Bowl. Raheem Morris, now your head coach. I just sense that he's like, let's go, putting the pedal to the metal. Do you sense it as well too, Arch?
Yeah, he's been kind of that way all along. Really, he's a guy that really has not pulled back on anything. He's never told anybody, hey, we can't spend this money, we can't do that. I mean, they're putting $25-30 million into their facility out in Flowery Branch, which is just north of Atlanta here, to get things kicked up to gear where they're the top of the line stuff. When free agents come in, they got all the bells and whistles. He's never pulled back on any of that kind of stuff. And when he told Raheem Morris and this new staff, hey, go find the guy that's going to help you win. He knew he had a young talent base here that is ready to go. We just needed a trigger guy. And they went out and got probably the best guy they could find that's going to fit what Zach Robinson wants to do on offense.
Dave Archer joining us, color analyst for the Atlanta Falcons. You mentioned Ridder coming this way. Can you say basically maybe the former coach and Arthur Smith didn't really put him in a position to succeed? Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, I think there's some fairness to that. I think that Dez, first of all, quality human being. I mean, this is a grade A #1 class act that's coming that direction. Young dude that has a chip on his shoulder, didn't get drafted in the 3rd round. I think we all saw it play out during the draft night when he didn't get picked till late on day 2 and felt like he should have been picked earlier. And certainly his college career at Cincinnati would warrant that. I mean, he's like 4th or 5th all time or 3rd all time in wins as a college quarterback. I think he had 44 some odd wins as a Cincinnati Bearcat. The dude's got the ability. Now what he's got to do is he's got to learn to get away from the catastrophic mistake. The turn of the fumble or the interception at the inopportune time. And you and I both know quarterbacks, young quarterbacks. I mean, save our boy Brock Purdy. That happens to everybody. Sure, everybody turns the ball over as a young quarterback. They're gonna make mistakes. Shoot, I remember turning the ball over my first year playing, and you hate it and stuff like that. But you're learning what you can get away with and what you can't get away with, and they just didn't have the patience or whatever it might be, whatever the words are, to wait and ride, because the quarterback, and as well as I do, when the coach changes, usually the quarterback is a victim as well. that sends Dez your direction. Good dude. He's got all the ability in the world. You guys will be impressed with him. He's got a good arm, big kid, can run, and a quality guy. So you guys are getting a good player.
I got to imagine. Hopefully, he's developed or learned from those lessons you talk about, Arch, and then taking care of the football is number one. You and I heard that a lot from our ex-quarterback coach, mine, Kay Stevenson, your ex-head coach there in the CFL. But, I mean, you look at that. Do you think he's growing, getting there? Because we look at Kenny Pickett, how much he grew after Canada left as his offensive coordinator. But I think we started to see him grow, not go through games last year. I had a feel I just saw Desmond, and to the point of Arthur Smith, kind of go through games last year versus growing through games.
Yeah, I think that all that is true. I think he grew significantly during the season. Now, some would say, well, the turnovers here and there creeping in, and frankly, if you go back and really analyze the games, Dez gave Atlanta an opportunity in a number of games late in the season. Atlanta was in position; they had actually played themselves into a position where they were in first place in NFC South. And that's not saying a ton because all the teams are about 500. But they were in first place based on what the tiebreakers would give you after, I think, week 11 or something like that. We came out to Arizona, and he had lost his job because we lost in Tennessee in a game. And so Taylor Heineke came in, took over, and so they started Taylor Heineke the next week in Arizona. And I'm sure you guys remember. And Dez came off the bench in that game. Taylor got hurt in the game, and Dez leads the team on a length-of-the-field scoring drive, actually audibled off in the red zone to a play where he kept the ball around the corner, and we take the lead late in the football game, and Atlanta's defense couldn't hold the lead. And there were four of 6 games over a six-week period for the Falcons when they were in contention to potentially win this division, where the defense gave up a lead after the offense had scored. So as much as we want to point to Dez and whatever, how many turnovers it was, 15, 13 turnovers or whatever, he provided opportunities for the team to win on a number of occasions late in the year, and the defense didn't hold the lead. And so as much as we want to blame the quarterback and the coach, there's some other guys on the field that weren't getting it done.
Well, for the Cardinals, they got hope that he's going to be it as a back. Before I let you go, owe you a bologna sandwich. You whooped up on the Cats last night. You're moving on. You got Baylor in the semifinal. So where does one Dave Archer, Iowa State alum, put his number one team in the bracket there, big fella?
Well, they've got to, at this point, if they win the tournament, they play themselves into a 2 seed, of course. I think they feel like more of a 2 or a 3 or a 4 seed. They are dogs when it comes to defense. Their problem is they're just a little bit light in the rear end when it comes to scoring consistently. They go on droughts where they can't score. They won't be able to do that tonight because Baylor could score the basketball. Now, they turned Baylor over, I think, 20 times the last time these two teams played in Waco back in early February, I believe, and Baylor won by 2. I expect a game that goes to the wire, and Iowa State got a chance to win it and maybe go play Houston in the final.
Wow.
Look at him.
Oh, yeah. I'm not talking about the NCAA final.
The Big 12 final.
Okay.
You and I we'll talk again next Wednesday and see where they get seated and see who's sitting in the same bracket, that kind of stuff.
Dave, have a great weekend. Thanks for the time today.
Thanks, Arch.
Great to be with you guys. Y'all take care.
That's Dave Archer. You can follow him on Twitter, X Archer QB16. Appreciate him taking some time. The Atlanta Falcons radio color analyst. Sounds as though Des Ridder, good dude. Hopefully he can, if called upon, can do a good job. Hey, bet the game, watch the game. The Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. They got 3 live betting windows, 6 service betting kiosks, plus 8 screens displaying all of the betting lines. Check it out for yourself. Open daily from 8 to 11. Coming up, our Learn and Row 1 call. That's all. We got our locks, college hoop locks. We're going to get into that. A little bit later, we'll talk some Yotes. A good road win last night in Detroit. Get the latest on the arena situation in Scottsdale. That's all coming up as we are kind of a rainy, dreary Friday afternoon from Wright Toyota.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper.
Garoppolo to the Rams.
Sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're not just a sports bar. We're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, get ready to score big on fun and flavor. Only at BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day. Check us out online at bkdsbackyard.com. That's bkdsbackyard.com.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the sports book at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the sports book at CAZ Sports Bar.
You're looking for a bay window awning over a breakfast nook, a shade sail or structure in your home or business, a retractable awning for your patio, or roll curtains for your screen room. The House of Canvas in fine wrought iron has what you need. Beat the heat this summer and get covered by Arizona's #1 rated shade experts. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com. House of Canvas, family owned and making shady deals in the Valley for over 40 years. That's thehouseofcanvas.com.
Vans Golf Shops at Valley Golf Center in Avondale. It's the multi-vendor demo and fitting event happening March 15th and 16th. Come demo the hottest new products. Meet with golf manufacturer reps. Get custom fit for new clubs and enjoy demo day specials. To reserve your exclusive custom fitting session, swing into Vans Golf Shops at Valley Golf Center or book online at worldwidegolfshops.com. Get there.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale on Bell Road is your home for pool, poker, and trivia. And now, the new Huss Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Stop by today and experience top sports viewing, off-track betting, and ice-cold Roc and Manuch Lager drafts.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every goal, every game, every point, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. Whether it's a game-winning goal in the final seconds of overtime or a shot on goal in the first period. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only, must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
3 little words no parent wants to hear. My tummy hurts. And it always seems to happen at the worst times. Like in the middle of the morning rush, when you still have homework to check and lunches to pack, and of course, you're already late for work. Luckily, there's Pepto Kids. Pepto Kids gummies help relieve occasional stomach upsets, turning those 3 words into these 3 words. I feel better. Bad time for stomach upsets? Good time for Pepto Kids gummies. Fast support for little tummies.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
It's the Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. Call
just a dunk from Jaylen Brown last night for the Celtics.
One call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
Brown with a 3.
Look at this, a steal.
You're hot.
Jaylen Brown, hell of a player. He's fun to watch.
Yes.
He really is.
Up and down the
good
court.
Game for Boston, not so good for the Phoenix Suns. They'll go at it again in a couple hours in Charlotte. Hey, we want to remind you our Twin Peaks Win 910 on 910 Bracket Challenge, powered by Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale by Four Peaks Brewing, is coming up this Sunday. You can make your picks for each game before the tournament starts, and you have a chance to win after every round. And you can win Twin Peaks man cards. It's a lot of fun. We'll be there for all the games. So hopefully you can join us throughout the tournament at any of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. I want to get to our random fact of the day. And this is specifically for Chris Schubert, finding technical director, producer, fill-in host, kind of our utility guy. Does it all. Right? That fair? Is that a fair assessment?
The savant that is back at the iHeartRadio studios.
Die-hard baseball fan. Die-hard New York Mets fan.
Yeah, today sucks, by the way. These rainouts for these MLB spring showcase games, all these prospects, 3 of them have been rained out here in Arizona. I'm not happy.
Okay. All right. Sorry you're not happy. Well, this may make you happier. You know, people make fun of the New York Mets. But when Major League Baseball stadiums are ranked by how many lighthouses are within 25 miles, Citi Field is number 1.
Really? Wow.
The Mets home park has 25 lighthouses within 25 miles. 9 teams have 0 lighthouses within that range, and the Rockies, they only have 1. But how about that for you Met fans? You have something to be excited
You're
about.
number 1, Shu.
Yeah,
You know
well,
that?
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, no, I didn't know it, but it makes sense when you think about where Citi Field is. Like, it's in the middle of Queens, and it's on Long Island, and it's just surrounded by water. So, yeah, I'm not surprised. It doesn't surprise me. Like, how many are there in St. Louis? You know, like, it's not a lot going on there in St. Louis in the middle of the country.
Yeah, one in Denver. I mean, it's like, where the hell's that one at?
I mean,
Colorado.
I don't know where that random fact of the day. Of course, the Yankees are next, followed by the A's, Sox, Red Sox, that is, White Sox, Baltimore, then Chicago, Seattle, and Detroit are tied. Arizona has 0.
Yeah,
0.
not many Great Lakes or oceans near us, right?
Yeah, but I remember a statistic when I had my boat that we were number 3 in the country, boats per capita.
Well, I could see that. You
All those big lakes.
You had a boat?
I have 2
Oh,
boats.
my God.
Wait.
Boat,
You had 2 boats, or you have 2 boats?
I got rid of both.
Okay. That makes more sense.
I'll never forget it. So my houseboat I had with my buddy, we bought it for X amount of dollars, right? And at the time, we were both single. That's when we had our speed dating company. Remember that speed dating?
I do remember.
Happy Hour Dating?
I tried it. Yes, I did. When I was single.
HappyHourDating.com was our business, right? We made no money. So we decided, oh, man, we got to get a house. But I already had a ski boat. I already had a Cobalt. I've had it for 15 years, right? So we get this houseboat. It was an absolute piece of you-know-what.
Piece of
all right?
crapola.
So we bought it for like 20 grand. All right, nothing. This is a real house.
Sure,
We
sure.
bought it because it had air conditioning, and we called it. I think we called it home base because I had the ski boat. Then you come in
Sure.
and you got the air conditioning.
Right.
You can show off whatever. It's hot at the Bartlett Lake.
You're styling out there.
So we never took it out of slip. Ever took it out of slip.
You never got it on the water. Out
No,
on the water.
it's in the water.
I know,
it's in the water. It's in the slip.
But I mean, out in the
one time.
really.
One time. We bring it back in. Whatever. Like it was a pain. We all kinds of problems. Everybody knows you own a boat. It is best day, and it's when you buy it and when you sell. You've heard that term. But
I've known you for over 20 years. I think you talked about the boat up until like 2 years ago, Rock. So I'm like, wow.
no,
you're
I got
trying
rid
to
of
sell
it.
it.
I got rid of it. I got rid of my ski boat. Well, I got rid of that boat about 10 years ago, but ski boat 7, 8, 9 years ago. Anyway, so I'll never forget that we sold the boat. Somebody bought it,
right?
Believe it or not. We made $1,000 on it. We sold it for $21,000.
You made money.
Yes. And then 6 months later, I'll never forget. I'm heading down back into Bartlett, for my ski boat that I had in a slip. And sure enough, there was that boat on cement blocks outside of the marina. And I sold it to a beer distributor guy.
No kidding. I hope he got a lot of use out of it since you got
well, he did in 6 months. It was on freaking. It was on concrete bricks.
The lemon houseboat, if you will.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I don't know where I was going with that, but anyway, there was some.
Because we had
the
lighthouses.
Okay.
Yeah, the lighthouses. They're none in Arizona.
Yeah. So why you want a boat there?
No.
Shoot.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yes. Oh, you were trying to find that. You wanted me to go.
It's working hard back here, yeah.
I bet you were. All right, let's get to our locks of the weekend. All right, we're going college basketball, but let's get an update from last week and let's get the results on how we're all doing.
Yeah, we'll start from last to first. Shu being in the last 12, 11, 1. He hit the Thunder minus 8.5 against the Heat. That did not hit. Second to last, Manuch had a winner.
Whoa. Why would Shu be last if he's over 500?
This is exactly the case that I made last week, and we moved me to not being in last, and now I'm back in last.
You are technically you're tied for first.
Second.
No, tied. You are 1 game over 500.
I don't have a tie though.
Doesn't matter. You got more games.
Fair enough.
That's fine. Me being in last is a travesty. A travesty. I have an above 500 record, and Manuch, who's 15, 20, and 2, is in front of me.
I know that makes no sense. I don't know how Jack says. Hey, I'm looking at Manuch's record here. All right. Continue.
I'll restart in last place. Manuch at 15,
There
20,
you
and
go.
2.
Yeah, that's right.
He had the Rockets minus 5.5 against Trailblazers. That hit
for a win.
Second to last, Rock
Yep,
17 and 19. He had Arizona minus 11.5 over USC. I believe they lost that game against USC.
Yeah.
In second,
Damn it.
tied for first. Okay, we'll say tied for first. Shoe at 12, 11, and 1. Lost. He had the Thunder minus 8.5 against the Miami Heat. And then yours truly, 18 and 17. I had Creighton minus 1.5 at Nova, which was last Saturday, and that hit. So a new week, a lot of basketball ahead.
All right, Manuch, what do you got this week?
Well, I'm going to go Houston in today's game, minus 9.5 over Texas Tech. Houston, they're hot. They're playing good. Tech's a good basketball team, but I think they hold up. They are absolutely slamming folks. So I'm going to go with Houston as my lock, minus 9.5 over the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
All right, I got Seattle Red Hawks and the Grand Canyon Antelopes. Now, they split their two meetings earlier this season. One game, Grand Canyon won on a huge offensive explosion, needed overtime, but they took care of it. And then, Seattle, they're playing on a back-to-back. Grand Canyon's the fresher team. I think they're going to be more efficient on both sides of the ball. And they're going to have to prove to their head coach, Bryce Drew, that he needs to stay at Grand Canyon and not take the Michigan job. So with that being said, I will go the minus 5.5. When I first took it this morning, it was minus 3. Now, I don't know what it is right now. When I put this in there about 8 o'clock this morning, it was minus 5.5. Where is it right now? Grand Canyon.
It's at 6.5 now. Grand Canyon.
Start at 3. Oh, that's why I bet it at 3 though. But oh man, all right, I'm staying with GCU.
See, that's why you're the sports betting expert. You woke up at 4 a.m., probably checked the lines. You got it in early at 3.
5:15. Yeah.
5:15. Close enough. I'm going to go North Carolina, minus 7.5 over Pittsburgh. This kind of scares me because today, at least, and yesterday, NC State, heavy underdog, they beat Duke. Mississippi State, heavy underdog, beat Tennessee. Most of these bubble teams we're starting to see play well. Season on the line, do or die, but I trust North Carolina, minus 7.5 over Pittsburgh. Shoe?
Yeah, so I am going to the Big East tournament, and I am picking a team that is red hot right now in St. John's. They've won their last 6 straight games. I don't know if you guys have been following the St. John's story this season, but earlier, Rick Pitino just went off on this team, called them lazy, that they didn't know how to make a bounce pass. Like, he went off on them in the media, then apologized afterwards, and since then, they've gone on an unbelievable run. That run stops today when they take on UConn. I believe it is 9.5. The line, give me UConn to beat St. John's.
All right, there you have it.
I was tempted to take Arizona over Oregon, but that's big. That's a big spread. Minus 11.5. U of A. I mean, Oregon. When you talked about that Saturday game that they lost last week, I mean, U of A to USC. It's not just Oregon could feel it, and Arizona starts off slow. You just don't over 11.5 is a lot of points.
It's been a real busy day with quarterbacks in the National Football League. The latest coming down this afternoon is the Rams are signing Jimmy Garoppolo to a 1-year deal to be Matthew Stafford's backup. He was released yesterday after just one season when he signed that 3-year, $72+ million contract. So there you have it. He is suspended for the first 2 games of the season. So you won't see him because of the performance-enhancing drug policy that he failed.
And we just look, Stetson Bennett would be the backup as of now, unless they go get somebody else for the backup for the Rams. But you look at this Rams, it makes total sense. You got a Super Bowl quarterback that played and it didn't win, but you got a Super Bowl winning quarterback in Matthew Stafford. I mean, that's the kind of quarterback you want if your guy goes down. And I think with Coach McVay, he looks at this and goes, look, we don't want this offense to slow down whatsoever, and especially with the team that I think that John McVay, who was up there for Coach of the Year candidate, did a phenomenal job of coaching his team up, and they almost beat the Detroit Lions in that game. So, once Jimmy's eligible after the second game and Matthew Stafford goes down, which he has a propensity to go down periodically, except for last year, he remained healthy, surprisingly. You got a guy that's been there and done that and taken a team to the Super Bowl, to a couple of playoffs games and Super Bowls, per se, and one Jimmy G.
I was pounding the drum yesterday.
You were, Rock. You were.
Damn.
Hey.
I like what the Eagles did today with Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
Cardinals yesterday with Desmond
Ritter. Yeah.
It's pretty incredible how many backup quarterbacks are being signed after last year when so many got hurt.
Well, there was a run on running backs early on. I think half the league made moves at running back.
Yeah, then you had Joe Flacco, Sam Darnold, Gardner Minshew, and now you're starting to get these trades. And is Justin Fields the next one to go? We'll see.
Hey, the Yotes had a good win yesterday in Detroit. We'll talk to former Coyotes assistant coach Steve Peters next. We'll also get his thoughts on the state land for for the potential arena. So that's next as we continue from right to it. It's Fox Sports 910.
10 Phoenix.
It's semifinal night in Las Vegas in the Pac-12 men's basketball tournament. Arizona will meet Oregon. The Wildcats swept both meetings from the Ducks this season with their quarterfinal win over USC. Arizona has now won 25 or more games in 3 straight seasons. After getting a bye to the WAC semis, Grand Canyon, the number 1 seed, takes the court tonight in Vegas against Seattle. The Suns meet the Hornets in Charlotte today. The Coyotes hit the ice again tomorrow when they entertain the Devils. And the Cardinals come to terms on a 1-year deal with defensive tackle Kairos Tonga, who's played the last 2 seasons in Minnesota. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
When we make your meal, this is where we start. Traditional old world recipes passed down through generations. But then we add some modern flair and spice up your Italian dining.
All right, Steve.
Very flavor combinations. The result, the perfect fusion of new and old world traditions, and a meal you'll never forget.
Inspired by the comfort and cuisine of a Brooklyn-style pizza parlor, Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar is located at the southeast corner of Loop 101 and Cave Creek Road in Phoenix.
Join Fox Sports 910's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B for their Hoops Finals weekend in the new showroom at Talking Stick Resort. Win cash with free props and squares contests, plus 3 big screen TV giveaways. That's the Hoops Finals weekend at Talking Stick Resort, April 6th and 8th.
When you use your electric vehicle in autopilot or self-driving mode, accidents can still happen. Whether you're considered at fault or not, you may still have a claim. Lerner & Rowe has a dedicated team skilled in this new science. We are the first law firm in America with the ability to review the proprietary software and hold electric vehicle manufacturers responsible. If you're a loved one or injured in an electric vehicle accident, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
In the fast lane of life, your fuel should keep up. Time to check out G2G protein bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether it's a workday, gym session, or navigating daily chaos, G2G has got you covered. Find them now at your local Costco in the refrigerated section, or explore all 8 fantastic flavors at G2GBar.com. Great tasting and packed with protein. So keep pace with life in the fast lane with G2G protein bars.
When it comes to men getting a vasectomy, you want to ensure you go to the experts. So call Purely Vasectomies. Purely Vasectomies. They're easy, comfortable, and convenient. They have single appointment options with a same-day consultation and vasectomy. Plus, there are 3 Valley locations. Their experienced specialists take the time to answer all your questions. They offer sedation to keep you comfortable, and most men can return to work next day. Call Purely Vasectomies at 844-NO-SPERM.
Postseason college hoops are here. Watch all the games at Twin Peaks. Enjoy incredible Bat Birdie Juicy Golden Ale draft specials from Four Peaks Brewing during all the games. Plus, sign up for free Win 910 on 910 bracket contest at fanpick'em.com. Win Twin Peaks fan cards at all rounds. Twin Peaks, your basketball headquarters.
Desert Diamond Arena just turned 20. They're spending 2024 celebrating 20 years of legendary moments and lasting memories. Arizona's destination has welcomed millions of event goers and hosted the world's most iconic musicians, athletes, and entertainers. To celebrate their 20th anniversary, Desert Diamond Arena is giving away 20 tickets to their inaugural Arizona Rattlers game. Tune in to Jody Ayler mornings next week to win tickets to see the Rattlers on March 24th. Tickets also on sale now at Ticketmaster.
Hello, Phoenix. We have some exciting news. Local high school sports has a new home right here on Fox Sports 910 AM. The Coach B and Eternal radio show can now be heard right here on Fox Sports 910 every Sunday morning at 6:30 a.m. Don't miss it.
DraftKings has time for this season with Code Sports. It makes more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800. Restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Time to talk puck with ESPN analyst and host of the Coyotes podcast on Go PHNX, former NHL coach Steve Peters. Coach Petey now talking puck on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the free iHeartRadio app.
A quick break through and a score there by Cooley. Boy, oh boy. A shorthanded goal, 6 seconds remaining in the penalty to Clayton Keller, and the 19-year-old rookie, Logan Cooley, makes it 1-0.
I love those shorthanded goals. They don't happen very often, but it did last night as the Yotes went on to beat Detroit 4-1, a team that's been losing quite a bit, been struggling, that being the Detroit Red Wings, very similar to what we've seen with the Arizona Coyotes. But joining us now, Steve Peters. Steve, you almost want them to lose, right? I mean, at this point, I mean, to move up in the draft, but are there a couple players, few players that are, the Connor Bedard or, Austin Matthews level that are in this upcoming draft?
Wait, there's one.
Oh.
There's one. Unless they win the whole thing and win the ping pong ball race, they're looking for Macklin Celebrini out of Boston University. That's the name. Write it down. It's Macklin Celebrini. So, yeah, they need to lose hockey games. They got 15 to go. Don't worry. This team's going to lose plenty in the next 15. The Detroit Red Wings are really struggling. They lost 8 straight. And it's okay if the Coyotes win once in a while. They just can't put a string together here in March. That is no good. So I think they're going to lose games, and I do think they're going to improve their draft position here over the next few weeks.
Steve, didn't they do it last year too? They the last 2 weeks they won 3 or 4 games, and we're like, "What are you doing, guys?" I mean, they're all of a sudden they kicked in all this experience. I think you're going, can't be happening if you want to improve that positioning.
I know it's funny because I think I could be the general manager and help a team lose. I think I could be I think if they put me in charge, I could easily get last. But this team went on a 5-game winning streak last March and took themselves and moved their spot from 5th to 7th. Again, though, there's some really good players in the top 5 this year. I would like to see this team get overtaken by Columbus and Ottawa and finish 4th to last. We call them the upside down standings now, so they're trying to get 4th, and they're trying to climb into 4th. And I think that if they can get into 4th or 5th, there should be a really good defenseman. And I really think they're looking defenseman unless they get that number 1 pick, and then of course it'll be Macklin Celebrini.
Is there checks and balances by the commissioner's office to do? Everybody talks about tanking, losing on purpose or not losing on purpose or whatever. That they go, okay, you can't bring your entire your AAA franchise team up and play. I mean, is there some kind of checks and balances to prevent true or obvious tanking per se?
There really isn't. I mean, you look at the lottery and the way the lottery system works. The Chicago Blackhawks win the draft lottery last year, but they did not finish last in the standings. So they try to say that there's some checks and balances with the way the draft lottery is weighted. But the truth is, when you stink as bad as the Blackhawks do this year, they're clearly not trying to win hockey games. That Blackhawk team is bad. And I think that they're more than likely to win it again. They could get back-to-back number 1s and then look out for the Blackhawks. Kind of getting Kane and Taves again. Just as soon as Kane and Taves leave, they get them again.
All right, let's talk about the Arizona State Land Department Board of Appeals. They approved the application. Now you got to wait for the public post for auction for the Coyotes to go up where we both live. And I was watching you guys yesterday, you and Craig Morgan, talking about the floodplain in Arizona and in that area. And I have to respectfully disagree with you guys because I have flood insurance living up north of Greyhawk.
Yep.
And you have it too because we're neighbors. So we do live in an area where it floods all of the time, specifically on Scottsdale Road heading south from Greyhawk, which is just, I don't know what, a 6-iron for where they want to build this thing.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. You and I live in a floodplain, and I know I've been dredging out my basement here for years, getting all of that water out of my. No,
you have a basement?
No, there's no water here. There's no water.
Yeah.
What do you? Well, you get to walk. Your electric car has to go through a puddle, and hopefully it starts next time. I mean, flooding.
Cheap shot.
Flooding. There's a couple
shot.
of little rivers that go across Scottsdale Road. The reality is, the people that don't live in this community and are calling this out from other areas like California and other places. He's saying that this is the floodplain. Buddy, it's not going to flood. There'll be flood mitigation going into this building. That is not a concern that they're going to be flood around this area. This is an area surrounded by housing, apartments, car dealerships, the Mayo Clinic's within a few blocks of this floodplain. Flooding is not an issue this year. There are a lot of other issues, but flooding is not going to be one of them.
Okay, so here's the question. Is this an auction or is this a sealed bid? Because there's a contradiction. If it's a sealed bid and the appraisal is $68.5 million, if it's a sealed bid, and I don't know how many, did it say how many other individuals have applied for this auction because they got to be qualified before they should. If Steve, it's an auction versus a sealed bid.
Yeah, but it's going to be an auction, and here's the difference now. At this point, no one has officially applied for this land other than the Arizona Coyotes publicly, and no one else has to. This is going to be, they won't know, meaning the Coyotes won't know if there are any other interested bidders or interested parties up until the day of the auction, unless they publicly disclose that they're after this piece of land. The Coyotes won't know. But here's the other fact: when similar auctions have taken place like this with the Arizona State Land Board of Appeals, 78% of those pieces of land are sold at auction to one bidder. So it's very rare where there's more than one bidder to a land sale by the state.
But
so it can happen.
Yeah, because here's the thing: it is some serious land. I mean, it is an incredible area that is just blowing up like crazy.
Valuable property,
very valuable. Where maybe there's some commercial real estate developer that is from out of state with all this money, or from Canada or from California, and they're saying, "Oh, that's available now. Let's make a bid." So then they can jump in, right?
Well, they can.
Yep,
sure.
Absolutely. And here's the concern: and I guess the play for Alex Morello and the ownership of the Coyotes right now is they feel they've got deep pockets and they can outbid someone. But the reality is, I mean, this could be Google, this could be Microsoft, this could be a microchip plant, this could be, what? Here's the conspiracy theory. Put on your tinfoil hat. Maybe this is Matt Ishbia. Maybe Matt Ishbia buys this land so that Alex Morello has no more avenues to have a team in the state of Arizona, and he has to sell.
There's something to that, Steve, because the advertising dollar is being stretched like crazy in this market, and the Yotes do a decent job of getting their piece of the pie there.
Oh, without question. But and there's been rumors, and I'm sure you've talked about them, of Matt Ishbia. He doesn't want to bite. Well, no, he does. He's interested, but he's not going to approach a team that's not for sale. If we do not get this land, meaning Alex Morello and the ownership group do not get this land, the Arizona Coyotes will no longer be under Alex Morello. I don't see any way, shape, or form that he will be able to retain this team if he does not win this auction sometime in the middle of June. And the concern then is, unless the knight in white shining armor saves the day at the very 11th hour, or this team very easily could be playing in Salt Lake City by next fall.
But you're saying that the NHL could come in and relieve him of his duties, the ownership, and somebody else could step right in and have a solution for arena, which could be downtown Phoenix.
Yeah.
If they want to turn that thing back into a hockey/basketball arena, right?
Well, for sure, the league wants to keep the team here. There is no question Gary Bettman supports and wants to keep the team here in Arizona. Again, though, the concern is Alex Morello owns the team. And unless he wants to sell, this could get sticky, whether he wants to sell it to Salt Lake or he wants to sell it to another interested party here in Arizona. If he does not want to sell and try to find another avenue for an arena, this could get messy. And I know the league and Alex Morello would really like to avoid this going to court. So for Coyotes fans right now, their eyes are set for the next week when this will get posted publicly and set a date for the auction. We're anticipating it's going to be the second week of June. And then Alex Morello just needs to show up with a checkbook. And if he buys this land and he is the winning bidder of this land, and again, there's no guarantees, but if he is, we're hearing the league is fully prepared to continue to wait this out until he's able to build an arena at that site.
Hey, is there any chance? I know you have one of those blowers that kind of helps with water. Can you kind of get my driveway dry right now? So
yeah.
So when I pull in with my Tesla, I'll be okay. So I don't have any. I don't want to pull in any puddles. So my car can't start.
It's true. When you've got the electric car, I know it's a major concern when it rains. I understand that, but
no, it's not.
My wife and I were walking the dog near your neighborhood, and we did see. I won't give away what kind of truck it was, but there was a truck with out-of-state plates for a couple of days in a row.
There was, yes.
Driveway.
My brother-in-law. Yep, it was a rental. They were here for the race. The
just
PIR.
Mildly concerned. We didn't know if we needed to call authorities, but okay.
You just take care of my guy across the street with all those cars in his garage. All right, you handle that guy.
Steve,
we're taking notes.
You don't want Rock to get electrocuted with all the puddles, right? God forbid.
Because God knows he needs that electric car. If anybody I know would be driving an electric car, it's Mike Morocco.
Because of the floodplain, he might get flooded out of the neighborhood.
Dude, it's stupid. We got to pay flood insurance up in North Scottsdale. It makes no sense.
It's ridiculous.
It really is
stupid.
It's a freaking scam.
It
See
is.
ya. See you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate
Yep.
it.
Talk to you guys soon.
Steve Peters here. You can follow him on Twitter. It's S Peters Hockey, and of course PHNX Sports. Him and Craig Morgan. He's courtesy today. G2G protein bars. By the way, you can win G2G protein bars for an entire year. Just right now, text G2G. That's G, the number 2G, to 59925. You can enter daily to increase your chances. That's G2G to 59925. Standard message data rates do apply. And G2G protein bars now available in the refrigerated section in Costco. Well, got some St. Pat's Day nonsense, some random facts to pass along, and another edition of Rock's Man Vice. Best ways to call out sick on Monday. Because, of course, St. Patty's Day is Sunday. That's next, right here from Wright Toyota.
Check clear. Now, this is The Herd. You're excited. I'm excited.
With Colin Cowherd.
Oh, by the way, add this. Hey, Rock. Adams 0-5 on shots to tie or take the lead this year with 5 or fewer seconds in the fourth and overtime. The Celtics are 0-9 on shots to tie or take the lead with 5 or fewer seconds. You know who isn't? The Denver Nuggets.
This is The Herd. Monday Attack. Tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Make plans to join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B for their Hoops Finals weekend at the new showroom at Talking Stick Resort. Win cash with free props and squares contests during all 3 games. Plus, a big screen smart TV will be given away during each game.
I need Rock to send me this audio. I don't have it.
Cash and prizes just for watching the games in the new showroom and sportsbook.
The St. Patrick's Day one?
Resort. And best of all, it's free. It's the Hoops Finals weekend at Talking Stick Resort. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
Wright Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at wrighttoyota.com.
You're looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. Locally owned and invested within the communities they service.
Yeah, I got it. We'll come back with it.
Others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great.
And then you can throw to the Man Vice Open whenever.
All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the scenic views stick around after the sun sets, and your favorite cocktails keep you company long after overtime. Where else can you unwind with bourbon and late-night bites? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy, and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
And Doug.
Once again, the line is customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
I'm pretty sure it's pronounced customize.
I'm pretty sure it's not. Take 82.
Liberty Bibbity. You want 3 more like that?
I don't want any like that.
Snitch to Liberty Mutual.
That makes 0 sense.
Limu Bee-Boo and...
Limu? Really? Traitor.
Well, it's up to me, I guess. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Crushed it.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
St. Patrick's Day facts. 1. St. Patrick wasn't even Irish. He was born in Britain. 2. He drove all the snakes from Ireland. False. There were no snakes in Ireland. And 3. He used the 3 leaves of the shamrock to explain the Holy Trinity. Shamrocks don't actually exist. So enjoy your St. Patty's Day based on
You're hot.
nonsense.
All right. Well, I ventured out in the internet last night to find some St. Patrick's Day blurbs for you, and here are a few pieces of gold at the end of the ring.
Oh, very good, Rock.
Yes.
Very good.
According to the National Retail Federation, Americans are going to be spending a record $7.2 billion or $44.40 per person on the holiday this year.
Okay. Got it.
That's unbelievable. That's food and beverages, mostly, mainly beverages, right?
Right.
Record 62% of consumers, or 162 million Americans, that's what, half, are going to be wearing green or doing some special dinner or partying or doing something to celebrate. Kind
Okay.
of crazy. And do you say St. Patty's Day or St. Patty's Day? Meaning one with a T or one with a D?
With a T, St. Patty's Day.
It's not right.
Really?
No,
St.
it's
Patty?
it's got to be with a D.
The D. Okay.
Patty, like
Like
yeah.
a hamburger patty?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's the right way.
All right.
Supposedly, from what I'm hearing here. There was also a new poll that said 65% of Americans will be eating the traditional food, the corned beef and cabbage, which I think is just awful.
Not a fan, Rock.
Not even close.
Not a fan.
Awful.
No way.
Like,
no
we
way.
got to go get the cornbread. The corned beef
and hash.
No. Fish and chips, okay.
Yes.
I'm
there with you on that one.
But corned beef on rye, no thanks. No thanks. All right, let's get to the Rock's Man Vice.
Do you roll like Rock when it comes to romance?
What do you say we go out on a date? Have some chicken, maybe some sex. See what happens.
Rock searches the world for tips on dating, divorce, marriage, and even... Here's Rock's Man Vice.
60% of the time, it works every time.
All right, well, it's St. Patty's Day on Sunday, and if you're going to end up partying a little too hard and you're going to feel terrible on Monday morning, I'm here with some tips on how to call out sick from work.
Okay. You're
You
spoken
ready?
from experience, Rock?
Yeah, sure.
You've never missed a day after St. Patty's Day. I can recollect. That was during the week that I can recollect.
So are you not doing the show on Monday then, Rock? Is that are you setting yourself up for that later
No,
on?
you listen to my tips, and then
Okay.
you can ask me.
Then we can divulge from there. Okay.
Number one, this is what you need to do. Keep it brief. Less is more. Tell your boss as little as possible. Okay? Don't give him a bunch of details. Just call out sick, make it quick. Also, number two, acknowledge bad timing. Your boss knows it's a Monday. He knows it's the day after St. Patty's Day. So not mentioning it would be suspicious. So unless you spent all week bragging how wasted you're going to get on Sunday, then you should be fine.
Well, there's a strategy to all this.
Number three, which is kind of similar, or it has something to do with Chris's question. Only tell people you need to know, right?
Okay.
Follow your company's policy, but generally you should only need to tell your boss. Don't tell your your coworker.
Just it.
Yeah.
Hey, boss,
you don't want to do that.
I'm out. Can't make it in.
And then number four, which I know a lot of the millennials and the young kids out there won't do, offer to make up the work. Do makeup work, right?
I see what you're doing.
You might get stuck doing it. You
Sure.
might not, but it'll make you look better in the end.
Okay, kind of schmooze. Hey, look, I'm out, but if I got to come in and make some stuff up, I'll do that,
Yeah.
boss.
So there you have it. So that's your St. Patty's Day Man Vice for you. So good stuff there. Something off the wall. Did you guys see this? Frontier Airlines?
No.
They're adding a new seating option. It's called Upfront Plus that lets you pay extra to make sure no one sits next to you in the middle.
Are you serious?
Can they guarantee the door won't fall off while I'm flying or no?
Yeah.
What about that?
Yeah, well,
that's-
tire won't fall off.
That's Spirit. That's Spirit or Allegiant, not Frontier. They're okay.
Okay.
But this guarantees the middle seat in your row will remain open.
So you're you're kind of paying for that seat as well, is what you're doing. You're going to pay your seat, your fare. Are they charging you regular fare?
So they're doing this introductory rate, starting at $49 through next Wednesday for travel between April 10th and April 30th. That's $49 each way. and it's on top of your normal ticket price. That's a no-brainer.
I absolutely. $50, yeah.
It's all based on demand and things of that sort. But right now, it's what $49. I'm sure it'll go up.
Is that upon availability only? Because they're
they're not going to bump somebody for your $59 or $49.
Yeah, if it's $149 one way.
Yeah, they won't do that.
Okay.
But
I would do that. Shoot, I'm usually an aisle guy to stretch my legs out and get up and go to the bathroom if I have to, not have to climb over everybody. I still pay for that $50 for that empty seat in between us.
A new study came out, and they found out what the best time of the day is and the worst time of the day is. What do you think? What do you think the worst time is?
During the work week, I'm going to say 2:00 is the worst.
2 p.m. Okay.
Yeah, best time work week. I'm going to say 10 o'clock.
10 p.m.
10 a.m.
10 a.m. Okay. Shu, you want to play?
I would love to play. Can I ask a follow-up question though?
Not on. Yeah.
What factors determined the timing here? I'm just picking a time
based on your mood, your clock, your body clock. That's really your sleep.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Best time 3:55. Worst time 11 a.m.
Okay. Fair. Jax.
I'm not gonna lie, I was not listening. I'm busy. Right
Okay, no problem.
That's some great work.
Yeah,
to close out hour number 2. Jack,
typical. What just go over? You calling out sick Monday?
Yeah, he's not gonna be here on Monday, guys.
For you, Rock. I mean, you already know the answer.
The new study says that 5 a.m. is the worst time of the day, and 5 p.m. is the best time of the day.
So getting your butt up out the bed bright and early, then when work's over, hey, let's go. We're done.
I got to tell you, I'm in traffic at 5 p.m. So not my favorite part of the day.
I absolutely agree with that. You're right. I mean, the traffic. Well, these days, 2 o'clock.
Oh my gosh,
a lot of traffic.
Yeah, Arizona,
especially where they want to build this arena for the Yotes.
Right there on the 101. Absolutely,
so bad. It's such a bad.
It is slammed over there
area.
But you're right, Rock. I mean, going from it seems like from noon until 6:37 at night, the traffic is it's traffic, no matter what.
So dictionary.com added 327 new terms.
Added 327 new terms.
Yep. Girl dinner made
40.
it. Mid made it. Bussin made it.
That's a good one.
Cheat code.
Manuch, you know what bussin means?
This show's been bussin today.
I guess the hustling and bustling. I don't know, moving along.
Great, wonderful, or amazing.
What is when you give somebody the flowers?
20.
What do you
kudos?
Kudos, is that what it is? I've heard that several
kudos.
times. It's a kudos. Okay, we give them their flowers. Heard that the other day. I had no idea what that meant.
10 seconds.
This show is bussin'.
Bussin'.
We're
From Right Toyota here on Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Make plans to join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B for their Hoops Finals weekend at the new showroom at Talking Stick Resort. Win cash with free props and squares contests during all 3 games. Plus a big screen smart TV will be given away during each game. 3 big ones. That's cash and prizes just for watching the games in the new showroom and sportsbook in Talking Stick Resort. And best of all, it's free. It's the Hoops Finals weekend at Talking Stick Resort. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're not just a sports bar. We're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, get ready to score big on fun and flavor. Only at BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day. Check us out online at bkdsbackyard.com. That's bkdsbackyard.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now, like Alternative Rewind, where all rock began. Just search Alternative Rewind and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Free never sounded so good.
Commit to one day and help keep ozone away. Idling causes air pollution. Please turn off your vehicle when waiting in long lines like school pickups and drive-thrus. You'll save on gas and breathe cleaner air. For more information, visit maricopa.gov/AQ.
Ew.
Gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in one wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd, Monday from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Cardinals announced they're signing defensive lineman Kairos Tonga to a 1-year contract. He played 14 games last season with the Vikings. The Suns are in Charlotte today for the Hornets. Josh Okogie has been ruled out with that abdomen injury. Eric Gordon is probable, working through a knee injury. Arizona set to face Oregon tonight in the Pac-12 tournament semifinals. The top-seeded Wildcats advance with a win over USC. GCU taking on Seattle U in the semifinals of the WAC tournament tonight. The Lopes have enjoyed a bye into the semifinals after winning their first ever outright conference regular season title. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, we'll start to see those rain chances tapering off with an overnight low right around 48 degrees. And then for Saturday, very slight chance of seeing some showers with those temperatures in those mid to upper 60s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is here for the ride with the parts you need for the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, it's guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910.
Well, the Suns are going to try to get one tonight, or in about an hour, as they'll be underway in Charlotte, take on the Hornets. As last night they fell to Boston 127 to 112. They will play tonight, and then they'll wrap up their 4-game road trip on Sunday in Milwaukee. Also, got some basketball going on tonight with Arizona in the semifinals. With the fact with the win yesterday, I should say, over USC 70-49. They will have Oregon tonight in the semi, so that should be a good one tonight. GCU, they've been off all week. They're ready to go as they have Seattle U in the semis of the WAC tournament. They were the top seed. They earned a bye after winning their first ever WAC regular season title. Some rumblings of Bryce Drew, the head coach, could be a candidate for the Michigan job now that Juwan Howard has been fired from the Wolverines. And, I think Drew's a hell of a coach. And
What's he been there almost 4 years now? 4 or 5 years?
His fourth year, maybe?
Yeah, fourth year.
But, he's a guy that I think a lot of people really like, and comes from a coaching family, and I think he's a guy that played the game at a very high level. Of course, he played at Vanderbilt, and then went on to Valpo, right, and then coached there for quite some time. Played in the NBA for a little bit, not too long. But he's a guy that I think can really have some success at the next level.
Well, I think they're just solid.
He didn't play. He played at Valpo. He also coached there and Vanderbilt. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it just. I guess the one thing I look at, if you're Michigan, are you looking for, okay, do we go try to poach somebody away? I like a like a Bryce Drew, or are you going to go after somebody else? I think Bryce Drew would be perfect, fundamentally sound. He's taken Grand Canyon to the next level. First time they won the WAC. Here they are. If they win out over the weekend, they'll go to the tournament. It's kind of, I think, the kind of guy that you're looking for. Been there, done that, played the game, and has had success. Again, and here's the thing from Bryce Drew's perspective, that if he goes in that big pond of the Big Ten, he knows that they're going to have the money, the NIL money, and the availability to go ahead and recruit the kind of athlete that he's going to want as far as winning there in that Big Ten.
The thing is with Drew, I think he really likes Grand Canyon and what they stand for, being a Christian and all that. And I think that may be the only reason why he may stay.
Sure.
And maybe this is an opportunity for him to make a couple extra bucks if he, kind of puts his toe in the water with some of these other jobs. I mean, that's what typically happens, right?
And you got to think too, like them compared to ASU, their fan base is a lot bigger, a lot more dedicated.
Yeah.
The students there too, and maybe he wants to kind of turn GCU into that Gonzaga when Mark Few was there originally.
Good point. Good point. If they can at least get to the dance every year, you got a pretty good chance you can still get those recruits.
However, the opening jobs right now, you got Louisville, Michigan, Ohio State. Unlikely though, I think their interim coach is probably going to be their head coach because they've been like 7-1 since they fired their coach. Oklahoma State, Stanford, Vanderbilt, West Virginia, and Washington are all open.
So you think of those jobs that are open. You wonder how many phone calls his agent would get, or because I got to imagine, I think to your point, Rock, he's happy here, but if people are going to call his agent, talk to him, at least listen what they have to offer. And then from the lifestyle standpoint of what that school offers, what he's looking for he and his family is a whole different topic.
I'd be curious, his brother Scott Drew is at Baylor. His name is linked to going into Louisville. So you wonder, all right, where does Bryce want to go? I mean, if Scott stays at Baylor, does he want to go maybe take the Oklahoma State job?
Well, it's
or who's to say the Arizona State job doesn't open up?
I would agree there. I was thinking about that a little bit earlier. If that
get to stay here in Phoenix,
but is it better for him knowing what ASU is going through where they're at to make that move versus staying at Grand Canyon here locally and having the lifestyle and the things what the school stands for, as opposed to looking at some of the Big 12 schools, Oklahoma State. If his brother leaves Baylor or Michigan or whomever, does that fit? Stanford. I mean, there's so many things. I think with a coach like a Bryce Drew that he's having success, smaller school, Christian school, that's what he wants. It's not so much about money or prestige. It's about how he wants to live his lifestyle, he and his family. But I think all the dots have got to be connected if he does look at a big time program. Can he take Michigan back to the prominence of winning a Big Ten championship and going back to the dance? I mean, if folks hadn't been following Michigan the last couple of years, Juwan Howard's 9-24 or something like that. They literally fell off the map, and you kind of go, why? You had an alumnus, one of the Fab Five that's running your program. What happened at Michigan that he couldn't recreate or at least be in the fold with the Big Ten? Same with Ohio State. What has happened to those two schools? Outstanding programs. They've got the money. Money's no issue to go get go kick money toward an NIL for your players. So you just kind of wonder that he researches that, whomever, to make sure he doesn't make that move. And there's a bunch of skeletons in closets, especially in Michigan.
So he signed a 6-year, $16.3 million when he was hired at Grand Canyon. And, I mean, no one really knows exactly how much he's getting paid. I mean, you Google it, and you see that he's making $300 and some change a year. And then, of course, there's all the other good stuff that comes along with being a head coach, but his salary is $377,000
of what's been reported.
Yeah, and then he gets, he does his television stuff, his radio stuff, and all that other stuff, and it gets him up there. But the money that they're throwing out, Bill Self can make what, $9 million a year in the Big 12. How could you not want to make a jump for a couple of years? You talk to the family, hey, let's just do this for a few years. It's my last payday. I'm 49 years old. Let's just do this for another 5-10 years. Make $5 million a year, and maybe get to the NCAA, Final Four, and so be it.
And I'll retire at 50 or 55. How old is he now?
49.
So you think about that. Okay, so he can go another 5, 6, 7 years. Even if he retires at 55 or 60, he can put enough money away. But I think that Bryce Drew is one of those guys that loves a challenge. He believes in that student athlete, becoming a better person, getting that education. I try, frankly, if everything lines up for him, and money aside, but everything lines up for him, what he wants as a coach and as a family, and at least having an opportunity to take that program back to prominence, whether it's Michigan or Ohio State or Oklahoma State, wherever, all extremely good schools, then he might take a good hard look at it. But I don't think money is at this point for him is an objective to that point. But you're right, Rock. Turning down $3.5, $4 million a year versus, let's say, his total compensation's $1.5 million at GCU. After it's all said and done, you're talking $3 or $4 more million a year after taxes. That's still $2.5 million more than you're making.
Honey, we'll keep the house.
Yes, I love that. Rock's man advice. Here we go.
Yeah.
I
mean, and then today you hear, Rams defensive tackle Aaron Donald, he retired, played 10 years, dominant, and 32 years old.
Yeah.
32 years old. So are we going to see him on television next?
Probably. He's got that kind of personality. And, I mean, for a guy that's played 10 years, he got every ounce of that 10 years out of his body. When I think of Aaron Donald as one of the best 3 technique or defensive ends, defensive tackles, he is one of the best I have ever seen.
No question. There's an interesting stat. He, along with one other player, are the only players in NFL history to play 10 seasons and get selected to the Pro Bowl in each of those seasons.
I'm going to throw out Lawrence Taylor.
Nope.
What side of the ball?
Offense.
Joe Thomas.
Nope.
Offensive side of the ball.
Great question.
Man.
Jerry Rice.
Nope.
That's
this guy we all wish was still playing.
Jason Kelsey.
No.
Fitz?
Nope. Pro Bowl.
I thought
played 10 seasons and was a Pro Bowler each of those 10
Jerome
seasons.
Bettis.
Nope. He played 10 seasons. This guy retired. I'll give you a
seasons.
hint. He retired in 1998.
Oh, man. Damn. I'm just thinking of the offensive
His
side of the
team
ball.
is relevant now, but when he played, they were not relevant. And they haven't been relevant for many years.
Oh,
No knock on these guys.
Barry Sanders.
You got it. Barry
Sanders, man.
So Barry Sanders and Aaron Donald, are the only 2 players in NFL history to play 10 seasons and get selected.
Really appreciate the other hosts on the show helping me out with the guesses there. I had to do all the heavy lifting.
Jack's
wait a
not here
second.
today. Jack's not here today.
We all guessed. Yeah, we're all guessed. We all put our best out there. You got it.
Hey, you got it right at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we'll say Chris Schubert got it right.
Yeah, attaboy, Luther.
I know it's some help. We're a team here. We're trying to get it right. I'm just firing off guesses. Everyone's just like,
we're thinking.
Well, we're thinking.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm thinking Andre Johnson there for a second with the Texans and some of the other guys that are out there. But yeah, way to jump in there, boy.
98. I wasn't even alive in
Yeah,
98.
give yourself an attaboy. Don't hurt your shoulder patting yourself on the back there, would you please? My goodness gracious.
Why are you being rough today? I mean, it's Friday. Why don't we end on a good note?
I'm giving it a little love.
We're bussing today on a Friday. So
we're bussing. The problem is when the weather's like this, okay, and it's it's dreary, it's ugly out. Manuch is struggling. I mean, he really is.
How am I struggling?
His neck, his body is aching. He's on.
My
He got a
knees.
punch of Advil. I
My
mean, he's
knees.
walking around here at Roy Toyota like he's an old man. Whereas if it was sunny out, he's in a good mood. He's jumping around. I mean, he's pulling out some.
Got my
some
Tylenol
drugs right now.
Got my Tylenol. Take that.
When the weather's bad, you football players are hurt.
I'm giving Shu his flowers at this point. Did a good
Flowers?
job. Yeah, give him his props, his flowers. Doing a Good job. He can. Hey,
so let me ask you
he's
guys
30.
real quick. Shoe and Jax. We're getting ready to get to the Jax Rewind. Well, it's actually Jax and Shoes Rewind. So we've been doing this for quite some time now. And I always like to ask this question before we go to break to set this thing up. On a scale of 1 to 10, where is it this week? Because we've had some good weeks and we've had some average weeks.
I'd say it's up there. I'd say 8.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, I would say 7, 5, 8. Shoe.
Yeah, Jax, you're setting the bar high now. For
Yes,
us.
you are.
Low because it's
you should have said 5.
Well, and I'm
and
gonna
over deliver.
I'm gonna go with a 6 because the weather. Manuch might not think this is very funny this week, so we're gonna go with a 6 and maybe hope that we grade on a curve and we get to a 7 or an 8.
Mike Adris, NAU former our college basketball insider, is going to join us in 15 minutes. But next, it's Jax and Shoes Rewind from the week here on Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Crash on the Santan 202 westbound at the McClintock on-ramp off right. You'll find one heading northbound on the 51 near Greenway on the right shoulder. And a bad crash has closed the intersection of Mayo and Scottsdale Road. You can avoid that by taking 56th Street.
This report is sponsored by your Valley Toyota dealers. Toyota's Ready, Set, Go national sales event is going on now. Choose from best-selling Toyotas like 4Runner, Camry, RAV4, Tundra, and more. Visit any one of the 10 Valley Toyota dealers or valleytoyotadealers.com today. Toyota, let's go places.
Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar on the southeast corner of Cave Creek in the 101. Happy hour 7 days a week, 4 to 7, with $5.50 house wines and well drinks, $4.75 drafts, plus tons of food specials. Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar.
Whether you're looking for a bay window awning over a breakfast nook, a shade sail or structure in your home or business, a retractable awning for your patio, or roll curtains for your screen room, the House of Canvas and Fine Wrought Iron has what you need. Beat the heat this summer and get covered by Arizona's #1 rated shade experts. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com. House of Canvas, family owned, and making shady deals in the Valley for over 40 years. That's thehouseofcanvas.com.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, cobbling together patchwork roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
Vans Golf Shops at Valley Golf Center in Avondale. It's the multi-vendor demo and fitting event happening March 15th and 16th. Come demo the hottest new products. Meet with golf manufacturer reps. Get custom fit for new clubs and enjoy demo day specials. To reserve your exclusive custom fitting session, swing into Vans Golf Shops at Valley Golf Center or book online at worldwidegolfshops.com. Get there.
This month's fever is here, and it might be time for that vasectomy. Call the experts. Purely Vasectomies. 844-NO-SPERM. 3 Valley locations. That's Purely Vasectomies at 844-NO-SPERM.
You may not have any experience dealing with car wrecks, but Lerner & Rowe does. After your car wreck, you need an attorney to make sure your interests, like car repairs, medical bills, and lost wages, are protected. Finding the right attorney is actually easy. Just look for reputation, experience, and results. Lerner & Rowe has thousands of 5-star reviews, decades of experience, and we've recovered billions of dollars for our injured clients. Hurt in a wreck and need a check? Call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Feeling lucky? Wear some green into the lodge, and your Twin Peaks girl will bring you a free order of chips and queso. It's St. Patty's Day, and we know how you like to party. Valid at participating Twin Peaks locations only with a qualifying purchase. Get with your favorite lodge for more details.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Babbel. Message and data rate may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at babbel.com/TNC.
A new exercise bike. Yeah, more like my $1,500 coat rack.
At Babbel, we get it. Learning something new is hard, especially a new language.
My Spanish starts and ends at Adios.
Make it easy on yourself with Babbel. In just 10 minutes a day, you can start having real conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
Hola, Espanol.
It starts here. To try Babbel free, text radio to 64,000. Text radio to 64,000.
Top seed Tennessee fell to Mississippi State in the SEC quarters today. The Bulldogs advanced to the semifinals for the first time since 2010. Arizona sent to face Oregon tonight in the Pac-12 semis. GCU takes on Seattle in the semis of the tournament. The Suns visit the Hornets tonight. Eric Gordon is probable. The Cardinals announced they're signing defensive lineman Kyrus Tonga to a 1-year contract. I'm Frank Garrity.
This is Clay Travis. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Cox Mobile.
Cox Mobile is making tournament time better with a chance to win a $2,000 gift card to host a watch party. Go to iHeart.com/CoxBracket to register to win. Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 or older to win. See iHeart.com/CoxBracket for complete details.
In case you missed this week of Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, our fine rookie Jackson Groff has you covered.
This is exactly what I've been waiting for.
Jack puts it all together. The best, the worst, and in his mind, the funniest moments from this week's shows. This is Jax's Rewind exclusively on Fox Sports 9 Chat.
All right, we do it every week at this time. It's an opportunity for the guys to get back at us for the great work we do here, behind this microphone. It's 1 to 4.
World-class work.
And then there's Jack's just smiling over there. He's like, all right, you guys are going to get yours this week.
Yeah, I think we eventually need to, give Jimmy B some kind of income for these 15 minutes because he doesn't work on Fridays, but he's basically the whole segment.
Well, he didn't work yesterday, so it all balances out this week. So.
That is true.
So his prorated share.
We've got a lot of content. We got 4 clips today. The first one, this was way back ago. Jimmy B showed up to work looking a little different. And Roc kind of looked at him and said, there's something different about you. And it was because he wasn't wearing a hat. So here's Jimmy B talking about his hair.
Forgot about this. And also, you haven't heard him yet. Jimmy's here today. Hi, Jimmy. Hey, I'm just Jimmy. Thought I'd hang out. Did you get a haircut, or are you you wearing?
Well, something you got a
no
new
hat.
You got a new something going
It's
on.
like the first day I don't think you've ever worn a hat. No, I'm serious.
No, you're right.
Thumbs up.
It's like I didn't know you had hair.
He's got a head of hair.
No, I'm serious.
Hair club by men?
I wish. Stuff works.
Yeah, it does work. Absolutely, it works. Yeah. Jimmy, you actually combed your hair today.
I did. I didn't mean to shock everybody, but normally I wear a hat. Yeah, I like wearing hats.
Yeah, I'm glad you do. Yeah. Tell us about that. What's your favorite hat?
I like the one that, he used to be my friend until he started this conversation that a guy gave me from the Ryder Cup. And I really like that hat because it's got the American flag on the front and Ryder Cup on the back. But I don't talk to that guy anymore.
So do you go to the Ryder Cup? You can't wear a hat unless you were. I mean, you were there.
No,
it's like the Masters.
No, my so-called friend was there in Italy and was kind enough to grace me with a chapeau.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
All right, not bad, not bad. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Jax, this is why we shouldn't have gone with the 8. This is why the 6 was the right play.
All right, relax. We're just getting started.
I'm at a 4 right now.
We're just getting started. All right, this next one, Roc came in, and this was the time where Devin Booker got injured again. He wanted to talk about the difference between a high top versus a low top. And Jimmy B, being the basketball expert himself, wanted to relate it to his own experience. So here's Jimmy B talking about when he rolled his ankle.
Correlation of injuries to low top to high top sneaks?
I have worn low sneaks my entire athletic career. I have had one rolled ankle the entire time. And the only reason I had that rolled ankle, I went up for a jump shot, came down on top of a guy's foot, and it rolled over. That's it. I love.
What basketball? You play basketball? You play basketball?
Stop it!
Jimmy, did you play in an 82-game season in the NBA?
Which I would take you to the hoops.
You think so? Okay.
Even at my advanced age, Manuch.
You think so, Jimmy?
Yeah, I don't know.
So.
Manuch and I, when we trained for the Globetrotters, we played for the Washington Generals.
Yes.
Manuch, he made his shots out there. I threw up a glare ball.
All right.
But Manuch is a hell of an athlete.
I know he is.
But you're 30. It's size too.
I'm not going to let you get within 10 feet
Faster than Aaron Rodgers, one might say.
I would be by you. I would be by you 2 dribbles. I'd give you one way, go the other way.
Jimmy being his athletic prowess. Oh,
all right.
Sometimes it's
4.5. 4.5. Hey, we're hovering around. Maybe.
We're ramping it up a little bit.
I will say the last 2 might get us over the finish line. The last 2 might get us there.
All right. This next one might go down as one of the most iconic moments because something we didn't think was going to happen happened. And Manuch finally was accountable.
Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, you think of your extremities, toes, fingers, and then, you and I, Jimmy, living in YouTube, Rock, in cold weather, The biggest is your hands.
Wait,
feet.
time out. When has Jimmy played in cold weather?
Well, he lived in Buffalo. He broadcast in Buffalo.
Okay.
So
Broadcasting and playing is a
that's
little
true.
bit different.
I'm sorry.
How could you say that?
I'm my bad, Rock. I'm just sitting there thinking.
Finally, guys, can we mark the tape?
Yeah.
It's the first time right away Manuch apologized for saying something he shouldn't have said.
So from walking from the house to the car.
Hold on. I got to
He
write
was
this down.
probably
Thursday, March
Thursday,
7th, 2024, 1:51:32. Got it. Okay, continue.
We'll listen to it tomorrow at 3:15 on Jackson's Rewind as well. I'm marking that down. Got it.
I assumed that Jimmy was actually an athlete that played in cold weather, and
like what? Like this,
Seattle.
I
He
guess
grew up
the rain,
Seattle,
yeah.
rain, cold.
IMCA.
Well, he might have played outside door courts in IMCA.
And then the last clip. Do you guys notice what I'm wearing today? I'm wearing a pullover. But
Yes.
I'm not only just wearing a pullover, but I'm wearing a shirt underneath.
Smart. You learned.
Because of this clip being one Jimmy B. We call it Jimmy B's pullover chaos.
So you wearing a T-shirt underneath that?
No.
Just plain? So
what's the deal now?
he has we are all wearing a pullover.
Yeah.
And typically
Fox Sports on it.
Yeah, I understand that. But a pullover, it means it pulls over a T-shirt.
Look, how else?
You have no shirt underneath.
Correct.
The pullover.
How else?
I've never seen anybody do that before.
How else would you see my Mr. T starter set?
That's the problem.
I was going to ask, you have a chain on, Jimmy? You
That's
want
it,
to
man.
display?
Mr. T starter set.
Can anybody see that when you're walking around?
But what's the big deal?
No, I'm just.
It's hot outside.
I understand. Then why are you wearing a pullover then?
Because this is real lightweight and I can pull the sleeves up. Not like you who look like you're ready for a winter storm.
Because it's cold in the casino.
It's not in cold here.
You're right, Rock. I've never seen somebody wear a pullover.
I have
Nothing
never.
underneath that. A T-shirt.
Ever.
I'm not wearing a shirt underneath.
See,
either.
there you
Are
go.
you serious?
Yeah, I didn't want to mention it, but yeah, but his is a little too low. Mine's upper, so you can't notice. His, you can definitely
Dude,
tell he's
that's
not wearing a
just
shirt.
that's just
What's wrong?
man card
What's the big deal?
violation.
Those are fashion faux pas.
That is a big fashion.
Those are faux
I mean, we're hitting
pas.
both extremes. We got the young guy with Jax, the old guy with Jimmy.
Yeah.
Who wears a pullover
With nothing underneath.
nothing underneath
I've never
it?
seen it.
Are you comfortable, Jack?
I am comfortable. I wouldn't put my
Fine.
zipper that
The
far
problem
down.
The thing about a pullover, you wear it multiple times because you don't have to wash it because you have an undergarment. You
Sure.
both have to wash that tonight because you have to. I see pits underneath
Stop
your
it.
pullover
Jimmy,
right now.
If you dip any lower, we're going to see a hairy chest now, too.
I have 6 hairs.
Yeah,
You shave your
That's it.
chest?
Yeah.
No, I pulled them off
2 minutes.
my rump and pasted them on my chest. I hardly have any
On your what?
on my hair.
Your
Yeah.
rump?
Yeah, the backside. I didn't want to say but.
Jimmy, that's a total fashion faux pas.
Yeah,
No, come on, man.
No,
No.
I mean, we're friends.
Yeah.
I just,
No,
I'm just
we're
trying
not.
to- yeah, I mean, no wonder why you sit in a corner at the refreshment stand by yourself.
A lot to
That
break
guy's
down.
got the funk going with it.
A lot to break down.
Honestly,
man.
I've never seen anybody wear a pullover
Ever.
without a shirt underneath it.
Ever.
A T-shirt,
Ever.
a golf shirt.
Golf shirt.
We're
polo.
online right now. You can see. I mean, wearing a pullover. I'm wearing my Final Four
I got
with
my
Villanova,
Fox-
Kansas, Loyola, Michigan.
My Fox golf shirt on underneath.
Yeah,
it.
you wear something underneath. That's why it's a pullover.
But if you're going to do that, like Jack, zip it up.
Yeah, zip it up.
He had it down like he wanted to hang out his hair, chest.
No, he's trying to show off his chain.
Whatever.
Who wears a chain like
But
that
Rock, you
anymore?
could see it. It was micro thin,
Oh, it
small.
was. It wasn't. You thought it was Mr. T chain. It was as
1
thin
minute.
as your charger wire.
I
of
was
your phone.
so quiet that day because I wore a pullover with nothing underneath as well. To Jimmy's point, if you have a pullover and maybe it's a little tighter where you can't put a T-shirt underneath, maybe it's a size lower, but you want to wear it. That's why I'd wear a pullover with nothing underneath. But I'm still gonna wear the pullover with nothing underneath. But can't show the chain like that, Jimmy B.
Or can't zip it halfway. Was this a disco era, Jimmy? I looked at him and said, "Did you go to the disco?" Oh yeah, I could. And then don't ever ask him because he'll bust out a move with that.
Sure, a 6. I'm giving you a 6.
That's exactly what I said it was
Yeah,
going
that
to be.
was
So you
fair.
know what?
8.
I feel very good about what we did.
Yeah, 8's a little much, but I'm glad I didn't make it, so I feel good about that.
You missed out this week, Rock.
I should have been in there.
Yeah.
You should have squeezed
You're
me
a
in.
little minor error there on
Me calling
phone numbers.
Me calling another radio station's number on the
Well,
radio is
well,
not
so
good.
you didn't fully get there. If
I
you would
caught
have fully
myself.
gotten there, number 1 seed. Like it would have been unquestioned, unanimous,
Well,
number 1 seed,
we
number
do
1
this,
overall.
We do this contest, win 9-10 on 9-10. All right, this is probably our 5th, 6th year doing it.
Yes.
But for 14 years, we did another number. Win, 1060 on 1060.
Totally
Okay,
understandable,
so
Rock. Totally
it's
understandable.
hard when you have that. I mean, it's hard enough to get the phone number. I mean, we're both 260.
Yeah, it's ingrained in your
it's
head.
tough.
Yeah.
By the way, Twin Peaks Win 910 on 910 Bracket Challenge. It's powered by Bad Birdie, Juicy Golden Ale by Four Peaks Brewing. Make your picks before every game. Bracket will come out on Sunday. Go to fanpick'em.com. You can win all kinds of gift cards from Twin Peaks, as well as Bad Birdie stepping up. It's our biggest ever event, our contest, I should say, at fanpick'em.com. So you have 2 days, 0 hours, 31 minutes, and 11 seconds. I mean, we got the clock going when the brackets open, so check it out. Speaking of the madness, we are going to catch up with our insider for the tournament. He's been doing it with us for close to 10-plus years. Mike Agers, former head basketball coach at Northern Arizona. He will join us next for an early preview of the madness. We're out here at Wright Toyota. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B here on Fox Sports 910.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
It's semifinal night in Las Vegas in the Pac-12 men's basketball tournament. Arizona will meet Oregon. The Wildcats swept both meetings from the Ducks this season. With their quarterfinal win over USC, Arizona has now won 25 or more games in 3 straight seasons. After getting a bye to the WAC semis, Grand Canyon, the number 1 seed, takes the court tonight in Vegas against Seattle U. The Suns meeting the Hornets in Charlotte today. Eric Gordon is available. The Cardinals coming to terms on a 1-year deal with defensive tackle Kairos Tonga. He played the last 2 seasons with the Vikings. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, we'll start to see those rain chances tapering off with an overnight low right around 48 degrees. And then for Saturday, very slight chance of seeing some showers with those temperatures in those mid to upper 60s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Bay Alarm.
When it comes to your business, protect what matters most with Bay Alarm. They'll work with you to design the right security system and send their expert technicians to install it. Worry less about your people and your property with Bay Alarm because they got you. To learn more, visit bayalarm.com.
Postseason college hoops are here. Watch all the games at Twin Peaks. Enjoy incredible Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale draft specials from Four Peaks Brewing during all the games. Plus, sign up for a free Win 910 on 910 bracket contest at fanpick'em.com. Win Twin Peaks fan cards at all rounds. Twin Peaks, your basketball headquarters.
When it comes to men getting a vasectomy, you want to ensure you go to the experts. So call Purely Vasectomies. Purely Vasectomies. They're easy, comfortable, and convenient. They have single appointment options with a same-day consultation and vasectomy. Plus, there are 3 Valley locations. Their experienced specialists take the time to answer all your questions. They offer sedation to keep you comfortable, and most men can return to work next day. Call Purely Vasectomies at 844-NO-SPERM.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Beat the heat this summer and get covered by Arizona's #1 rated shade experts. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com. House of Canvas, family owned and making shady deals in the Valley for over 40 years. That's thehouseofcanvas.com.
Hi, this is Kelly Cooper. Now picture this. You and your friends or family are gathered around a table, laughing, toasting, and sharing stories. At the Melting Pot, we're not just a restaurant, we're an experience. Are you ready to glow up your next birthday celebration? Look no further than the Melting Pot, where unforgettable moments are created and delicious memories are made. The Melting Pot is your perfect night out, where birthdays become memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, check us out online at meltingpot.com. That's meltingpot.com.
Tax Talk with Straight Talk.
You give and you give. This tax season, you get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get a reliable 5G network and unlimited data.
Mike's there.
A Samsung Galaxy A14 included when you buy an extended silver unlimited plan. So you can give your janky phone to your kid. Yeah!
Switch to Straight Talk. Find us at Walmart and straighttalk.com. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com. Device offer ends 4/14/24. Taxes and fees apply.
Hi, I'm Burt Ward, Robin from TV's Batman, inviting you to feed your dog natural, non-GMO, Gentle Giants dog and puppy food. Dogs eating Gentle Giants and following our special feeding and care program are living as long as 27 healthy, active years with a wonderful quality of life. Holy wow, 27 years! Think of all the extra years you could enjoy with your dog. At Petco, Stater Brothers, H-E-B, and more. Try Gentle Giants cat and kitten food, too.
Cox Mobile is making tournament time better with a chance to win a $2,000 gift card to host a watch party. Go to iHeart.com/Cox Bracket to register to win. Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 or older to win. See iHeart.com/Cox Bracket for complete details.
You're hot.
College basketball postseason action, and joining us now as he does each and every year. He's been doing it for a long time. He's our college basketball insider, former NAU Northern Arizona Lumberjack head coach Mike Adris, now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. What's up, Coach?
How we doing, Coach?
Oh, it's so good to hear my friends' voices. How you doing, guys?
I'm just very, I'm humbled that our check's still clear to bring you on every year. I mean, we must be doing something right. We're going on 19 years, Manuch and I, so I'm glad that when we do send you a check, it clears. You come back every year, so we're very appreciative. So thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
And I'm sitting here right now with a Kansas State shirt on right now.
Oh, baby. You couldn't find an Ohio U one? I mean, come on. I mean, you got Akron today. I mean, we could get in there.
No, it's hard to find those in the store. I think they call those collector's items or something like that.
We tip off in an hour. Let's go. Mid-American Conference.
Well, Coach, speaking of K-State, Iowa State, are they the real deal? They got after my Cats last night, and if they can win, they can win the Big 12. Are they legit?
Yes, they're legit, unfortunately, and I felt bad for K-State because I don't think they're getting into the tournament.
No,
now,
we're
to
not,
be honest Coach. with you.
NIT, here we come.
Chance.
Yeah, NIT, here we come.
There's an outside chance. It's you know how it goes. Teams that shouldn't do, teams that should, do, don't. I don't know what that committee thinks of. And all the wise guys, they think they got it all figured out, but they're quick to make changes right after the seeds come out and everything. So it's tough. It really is.
Speaking of tough, Coach, I mean, here we are going into another postseason. College athletics is it's chaos. It's nuts. It's hard to understand. The transfer portal and NIL and everything else. I mean, there's probably a part of you that really misses the game as a coach, but then when you hear about all these challenges these coaches are having, they can't coach. They fundraise. That's all they do. I mean, I know you're still in that coaching fraternity. I mean, is that pretty safe to say that's it's just maybe not as fun as it used to be?
Oh, I hear that from friends all the time, guys. It's the one thing that just makes me feel good that I'm not doing that anymore because of that exact thing. It seems to come up in more conversation with friends that are still doing it. I have friends that have since gotten out of it, and they're rejoicing in the fact that, it's just such a nightmare. It's not well thought out. And it's only can get worse too. I don't know if you've been talking about, Dartmouth trying to unionize and everything now. And so that thing is crazy because if that union does start taking place, I feel bad for some players that I had that were walk-ons. Are you going to be able to play a walk-on over a union member? No. I mean, it's just, when does this stop? And it really has opened up so many doors and some avenues great for the kids, but I don't know. I have a hard time with kids that are playing their 6th year of college basketball right now, and they're holding coaches hostage because you better play me more minutes. And even if you play a kid more minutes, he's in the transfer portal tomorrow. I mean, And I mean, and the flip side is coaches are looking in the transfer portal every single day of the season too. So it's really a double-edged sword, and we're seeing a lot of big name coaches that are just especially if you look at football this past year, right? I think they're just saying, I'm not dealing with this anymore. I've made enough money. It's time to move on with my life. This is a nightmare.
And Coach, you talk about the flip side with the NIL money keeping a lot of players from jumping into the NBA or moving on. So you're seeing more experienced teams. I really feel we're seeing more parity because guys are staying, whether it be NIL money or transfer portal. But I can't recollect a year like this year, Coach, where we've seen so much parity where Jim Bob's fine-tuned machine can beat North Carolina on any particular day because of 2 or 3 guys that transferred in there or getting paid good money.
Well, that's exactly right. And another nice thing is you can get a job and have a completely revamped roster before the next season starts, where you don't have to go in that building mode for, say, 2-3 years now, if you just can bring in some good players. I mean, the perfect example, a young man who may be coach of the year. I remember him when he was a player against us, Danny Sprinkles up at Utah State. He had nothing when he walked in there, and he's the league champion by the end of the season and ranked in the top 25 and going to get another job here in about another month from now. So it's just crazy how you can instantly have a program, or you can be instantly bad in a hurry as well.
Mike Adrius joining us here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. A couple coaches. I mean, we'll get to the games next week, of course, Coach. But just your thoughts on the Michigan jobs now open. There are a lot of good jobs. Louisville job. A name that's been popping up today is Bryce Drew from Grand Canyon and what he's been able to do there. I know he likes it at Grand Canyon, but a job like Michigan would pay him a lot of money, as well as Louisville and Oklahoma State and some others. And with his brother being at Baylor, I know he's also his brother's connected to the Louisville job too. But when you look at a guy like Bryce Drew, you any inklings on what he may want to do if he wants to make any kind of move?
The Drew family's very smart, okay, and they've been in the game their entire lives, so he's going to make a move that works for him, right? If Grand Canyon is taking care of him and works well for him, he'll stay. I mean, he's got a great situation. He's going to win a lot of games in that league because they put more into their program than anybody else. And come on, you're living in a great city, right?
Yeah.
And so, that may, at some point you say to yourself, okay, do I really want to go there and have to deal with being the 6th best basketball program in a league? You know what I'm saying? And now financial reasons, guys take it on. The challenge, the amenities that it has, all of that, different fan base, that's very luring. But, he's coming from the SEC, so it's not like he hadn't been at a higher level. And, that may play a factor in whether or not he wants to go be, like I said, the bottom tier of your league or the top dog in your league, right? And like I said, first and foremost, that family's really smart. His dad's well connected. His brother's well connected. He's not going to make a move that's not best for him and his family.
Coach, we only got a minute, but just real quick, with ASU going to the Big 12, Bobby Hurley had one of his worst seasons in a long time. You think it may be time for? I know there's some great jobs out there that Bobby could probably fit real well. Think it may be time with no AD at ASU that he may want to kind of look elsewhere?
I'm sure, that's got to be a consideration as well, because again, you're looking at the family again, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing that we're talking to these families, but his brother's got a possible back-to-back national championship. And to be honest, that's the team I would pick at this point, going into the tournament to be the favorite. And they've proven it all season long. Although, like you said, there's a lot of parity, and there's 5, 6, 7 other teams to go. with the pack, disintegrating, do you want to be that guy, or does the school want a fresh start in a fresh league too, right? That could be a big factor here because, let's face it, they did not have a good year. It's not a good product. When I watch them play, they're really hard to watch. So, now with all the financial problems that the Board of Regents in Arizona's facing right now, I don't know how that becomes feasible. I don't know what his current contract looks like, but I think there's probably some serious looks. I mean, it's crazy how this goes, right? It's just a season. Stanford fires a coach right after his game last night, right? I mean, it's just, and a lot of things are already done well in advance. Let's be honest about that too, right? I mean, I can already tell you who's going to be the next Stanford coach and who's going to be the next Washington coach, right? But so, there's a lot of talk, a lot of scuttle. And then sometimes you get surprised. Somebody comes out of the blue and gets a job that, for some reason or another, this is where that program turns to and stuff like that. But, yeah, that's part of March Madness. I think March Madness that you're touching on, but it still comes down to the games. That's what we love to watch. The excitement. This weekend is as good as the NCAA tournament. These conference tournament games. I mean, you got teams playing for their lives trying to get into the tournament. You have teams that are playing for a better seed in the upcoming tournaments. I love the conference tournament weekend. I mean, I almost like it better than the first round of the NCAA tournament, to be honest with you.
Coach, we got a lot of basketball talk next week. Thanks so much. We're glad you're back, and we will look forward to you spending some time with you next week. So thank you.
Absolutely, guys. Great hearing your voice. Take care.
You got it. Mike Gage is joining us here, who will throughout the entire month of the March Madness coming up. We'll tell you what time some of those big games are tonight. As Oregon, Arizona, and Grand Canyon, Seattle are going at it here in just a little bit. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports, 910.
Clear. This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
What does all this mean for Justin Fields? Rob, we've talked about it. The Bears are not good at developing quarterbacks. That's the truth.
Dude, if there's any debate about the guy after you watched him play for 4 years, Chris, doesn't that tell you? Seriously.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
I-10 eastbound near 19th Avenue, we have an accident reported. 17 southbound near Union Hills Drive. Also a crash. Indian School west of 60th Street, a wreck, and University east of McClintock, we have an accident.
This report is sponsored by Big O Tires. Trust a team with expertise that goes beyond just tires. And visit your locally owned Big O Tires. Buy 3 tires and get 1 free on 4 select in-stock Cooper, Sumitomo, or Nitto brand tires with installation purchase through March 17th. See store for details. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Join Fox Sports 910's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B for their Hoops Finals weekend in the new showroom at Talking Stick Resort. Win cash with free props and squares contests, plus 3 big screen TV giveaways. That's the Hoops Finals weekend at Talking Stick Resort, April 6th and 8th.
Whether you're looking for a bay window awning over a breakfast nook, a shade sail or structure in your home or business, a retractable awning for your patio, or roll curtains for your screen room, the House of Canvas and Fine Wrought Iron has what you need. Beat the heat this summer and get covered by Arizona's #1 rated shade experts. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com. House of Canvas, family owned and making shady deals in the Valley for over 40 years. That's thehouseofcanvas.com.
If you haven't tried G2G protein bars, today is the day. Find them in your local Costco's refrigerated section or online at G2Gbar.com. Incredible taste and packed with protein. They are perfect for your on-go lifestyle. Check them out today.
Arizona's largest locally owned A+ BBB rated towing company is All City Towing. They're always looking to add motivated and competitive team members. Do you fit the bill? If so, head on over to allcitytowing.com/careers for more information.
It's finally here, spring training baseball. And that means peanuts, popcorn, and sunflower seeds. And a stop at Venezia's Pizzeria after the game for some of our fan favorites, like pizza, wings, and calzones. Venezia's uses family recipes to make the famous Venezia's pizza dough and sauces from scratch, giving you that authentic Italian taste. 6 Valley locations. Order now at Venezias.com or on the Venezias app right from your seat and pick it up on the way home. Always a home run with Venezia's Pizzeria, a family tradition.
We all know the best offense is a good defense, so it might be time to schedule that vasectomy. Lots of sports betting goes on in March, but your safest bet is to schedule your vasectomy. Call Purely Vasectomies at 844-NO-SPERM.
Desert Diamond Arena just turned 20. They're spending 2024 celebrating 20 years of legendary moments and lasting memories. Arizona's entertainment destination has welcomed millions of event goers and hosted the world's most iconic musicians, athletes, and entertainers. To celebrate their 20th anniversary, Desert Diamond Arena is giving away 20 tickets to their inaugural Arizona Rattlers game. Tune in to Jody Ayler mornings next week to win tickets to see the Rattlers on March 24th. Tickets also on sale now at Ticketmaster.
Pluto TV is TV the way it should be, free. With over 300 channels, thousands of movies and TV shows costing zeros of dollars. So if you want to watch shows like Ghost, The Walking Dead, CSI, Star Trek, or The Price is Right, well, The Price is Right. It's free. Hit movies like Braveheart, Sonic the Hedgehog, Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy, or Mean Girls won't cost you a thing because everything is free. All you have to do is download the app, which, by the way, is also free. Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
The Drive with Jody Ayler, now in mornings, Monday, 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910.
You're hot. Fish up out here at Wright Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price, Wright Toyota in North Scottsdale, as the madness is in here as well. That's they have my car sitting right there.
Oh, yeah.
Exact same color and everything.
Yeah.
Good
They
stuff.
said the salespeople there said that it's busy. A lot of appointments are coming in today. They don't have quite the foot traffic, but a lot of the appointments are keeping their appointments, rain and all.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, here's what's on tap this weekend. Kind of get your schedule tonight. Coming up here in just about 10 minutes, the Hornets and the Suns in Charlotte. That's on 3 TV. Pac-12 Network's got Arizona and Oregon. College basketball at 5. ESPN Plus is where you can see Grand Canyon and Seattle U at 6 o'clock. Of course, a lot of college basketball tomorrow. I got a little matinee hockey with the Yotes and the Devils on KASW. Then on Sunday, the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship Selection Show on CBS 5 will be at 3 o'clock. Of course, earlier in the day, you'll be able to watch the finals of the Players, which is at 10 o'clock on Channel 12. And earlier at the same time, 10 a.m., Bucks and Suns on ABC 15, the national game of the week.
A lot going on. So today, our State 40 Roofing, get your call question today for a free quote, repair, or installation. Head to state40roofing.com and follow them on social media by searching hashtag sexy roof status. What seemed to be the biggest concern with the Suns losing to the Celtics? Is it no perimeter defense? Big three only 65 points, bad third quarter, or 13 turnovers. Again, go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. The winner, 13 turnovers, 35.7%, followed by no perimeter defense, 28.6%. Then the big three only 65 points at 21.5%. And then a bad third quarter, bad three quarters, 14.3%. So the folks all believe they stopped turning the ball over and giving points away. Would have been tough to win that game no matter what, with Boston hitting 25 out of 50 from three-point land. 75 points off the three ball. Very difficult to beat a team like that.
Play some defense. Our annual Twin Peaks bracket contest is back. A chance to win 910 on 910. It's coming up Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock when they start announcing the bracket. So fill out your bracket. Go to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com. This year's contest is powered by Twin Peaks and Bad Birdie Juicy Golden Ale from Four Peaks Brewing. Plus, you got win chances of Twin Peaks gift cards every single round. That's fanpick'em.com. So we're pretty excited to partner up with them once again. We'll be out there next Wednesday and Thursday. Different locations.
Yes, absolutely. We all got the schedule all set to just go to rockandmanuch.com and see it all. Big weekend, man. It's going to be who are some of those teams that sneak in the back door? Hopefully GCU can win the semi tonight and win tomorrow night.
GCU gets in there.
Oh, I do too.
You know, it's just they had such a good year. You know, they hit a little bump in the road towards the end, but you know, they've lost Seattle. They got them again.
Yes.
You know, tonight. That's they've split with them earlier this year. That's my lock today.
That's
go
right.
It's their best opportunity, I think, to win a game in the NCAA tournament. Right now, Joe Leonard already has them projected to play BYU. That's a team that's been up and down, or Jerry Palm has them to play Utah State. So some of those, you know, Mountain West, lower tier Big 12 teams, GCU could definitely beat.
Yeah, you would love to see it. You know, U of A, I don't hope they hiccup. They're 11.5 point favorite over Oregon tonight. They should, I would think, for all intents and purposes, win the Pac-12 conference championship there in Vegas. But you just hope that they learn a valuable lesson, that being U of A. And you would hope that U of A, that Coach Lloyd finally has a team that can go deep or finally get into the Final Four, the Sweet 16, the Elite 8, or whatever it is, that they don't get knocked out early in the like last year, early on, because of all the talent they have. So you just kind of watch U of A with a little trepidation that they can get through it all.
Just get in your car on your way home. Some of the big stories today in the National Football League. The Rams great Aaron Donald, the three-time Defensive Player of the Year. He announced he's going to retire. The Vikings, they added another first-round pick. They did a trade with the Texans. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to the Rams on a one-year deal. The Steelers are sending Kenny Pickett packing. He is heading to the Philadelphia Eagles in a surprise move. So a very busy day when it comes to free agency in the National Football League. But when, you know, Kenny Pickett, you know, being traded and Jimmy Garoppolo signing, wow.
It's a good move for your Eagles there, Rock, to have
I think
him
so.
Backing up Jalen Hurts, that being picked now.
John Wolford just signed a deal with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Remember?
Yes,
John
I do.
Wolford.
I sure do. He was the quarterback here with that team, the Newhouse coach.
Yep.
Then
He
he
was
was
the Hot Shots.
Hot Shots,
Some respect on the what was that league called? The AAF, the Alliance of American Football.
AAF,
Please.
Right. That's right.
Lasted 6-7 games before bills weren't being paid.
1 minute.
But you look at that and you think, okay, so what's Pittsburgh do? They got Russ Wilson. That's it. No other quarterbacks available. There's quarterbacks available out there. So Carson Wentz still available. Ryan Tannehill is still available, and the Shoes favorite Tyler Huntley still available for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So,
by the way, did Russell Wilson, did it come out? Did he get his own office and his personal secretary?
No, I don't think so.
Did that happen? Or not?
No, he got a locker.
He did get a locker?
He did get a locker.
Right. Okay, good stuff. Hey, have a great weekend. Don't forget, take points tomorrow right after Backspin the Golf Show beginning at 9.